Hello, every cat, every kitten, every unborn feline. We are here with episode 197 of Respawn Aim Fire, the kick-ass, irreverent gaming podcast from Affable Idiots. I am Chad Michael Ennis, one of your hosts. We have with us our normal co-host, Holden Fire Me Up Inside DePardo. Say hey, Holden.
Hi.
We also have a range of guests here today, which you might be familiar with, starting with Brent Gillahan, a.k.a. Porkchop118YT in the chat, calling himself out as hot. Are you hot, Brent? Question.
When my hair's shaggy, yeah.
Answer, yes, all the time. Dallas, down here, father of the year, pictures of his kid on the background, cute as fuck. Dallas, how you doing? Dallas, you have zero sound. Zero sound coming from you right now. And cannot hear you now, even with that.
I'll do his voice.
Okay.
It's not faint,
Hey,
it's just
me,
nothing.
Dallas.
Nailed it.
Glad to be here.
Matt,
I'm Dallas.
with a
I'm good at
separate
first-person
voice.
shooters.
We have Matt Vieira over here from Rhode Island. Matt, say hi. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Very good, very good.
Excited to be here.
While Dallas is fixing his audio, I do want to call out that Dallas provides all of the screenshots for the backgrounds of our goddams throughout all of the land. So as they run in the background here and in the corner, we've added a new little camera icon with a little Twitter sign that says @DSmittyGames. Go follow him there. Take a look at some dope screenshots. He had some AC Valhalla ones today. They were really cool.
Love it.
We're here with Dallas, basically just to be like he's the ASL interpreter for everything we're gonna do.
He's Silent Bob right now. That's who he is.
Dallas probably made another joke when his mouth moved just now. But while Dallas figures that out, I'm going to tell you all a little bit about what's coming up. One, we've got the dreamiest fan base in all the world. You guys, the lifelong friends, you're out there. You can join us every single week, usually on Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. However, last night we did a Control Barf. Go check out the Barf episode, Backlog Accomplishments with Respawn and Friends. Find out what we had to say about Control. Spoilers, we all liked it a lot. We had two other guests joining us there for that, Dane and Jerica, and they were swell. They were beautiful little butterflies. You can also catch us on demand every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. on YouTube and podcast services. And coming up soon, we have episode 200 of our show. We are going to be 4 years old at the end of February. 200 episodes. And we are doing
That's crazy.
a next decade in gaming predictions episode. So we're going to try to predict what's happening in the next 10 years in video games. Not necessarily just titles that are going to come out, but like what does video gaming, the industry have for us? We want you to be a part of it, so please go to Respawn Aimfire's Twitter.
It works.
We got Dallas. Send us your predictions either via DM or a tweet or go to respawnaimfire@gmail.com. Send us that as well. Dallas, I want you to properly introduce yourself now that you are a human who can talk.
Hi. Fuck these headphones. I'm sending them back.
Oh, man. And our final little announcement is that, hey, are you aware of GameStonks and GameStop and stocks and shit and GMEs? Are you all aware of those? We are too, but not quite all the way because there's some confusing things. So we are going to talk about that a little bit next week. We want kind of the dust to settle and things to become a little bit more clear. There's even some new stuff today about naked shorts, not making that up, which is a brand new development and why the stock is dipping today and how it's going to go back up in 21 days. We're going to talk all about that more next week whenever we are a little bit more knowledgeable on it. Spoilers, the majority of us on this call are carrying GME stocks. So we're riding that wave, baby. We're going to either die or we're going to get so fucking rich. Woo! Upcoming in this episode, we have a lot talking about Control being part of the PS Plus lineup, talking about Control disappointing us with being part of the PS Plus lineup. We're going to be talking about, what is this, Holden? 4 easy payments of $19.95 plus shipping and handling. That's coming up apparently too. Continue next-gen console shortages. But first, what's most important in this episode, the meat of today's episode.
I got to explain that.
No, you don't.
It's like the TV infomercials, like all these features and so much more, all for 4 easy payments of $19.95 plus shipping and handling. I was just having a fun time while making the note, okay? That's what's happening.
Hold it, DePardo, everybody. The meat of today's episode is we are doing a draft for a gaming fantasy league. So we are going to all 5 of us are participating right now. We are drafting video games that are coming out this year, predicting which ones will be the best scorers on OpenCritic, and then we will check back in at the end of the year and see who won our draft and the stakes of all the GME stock. That's coming up right now. And we have a special guest shoutcaster who will narrate and fill us in on how all this works. Brent McGillicuddy Gillihan. Brent, take over for us.
Hi, welcome. I'm your host, Brent Gillihan. Today we are doing the fantasy draft. So essentially, Chad explained it. We are predicting the games that are coming out in 2021, and it's not our excitement for the game. We are just solely figuring out, like, we are a publisher. We are making a publisher. Like, each one of us is making our own publishing company, and we want to get the best games that are going to get the best scores for the year. So the rules are essentially we want to get games that are going to get higher than a 70. So if a game gets an 80 on OpenCritic, not Metacritic, if a game gets an 80, we get 10 points. So there's going to be 14 games in total. We're going to draft 6. So that means we're all going to go. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we're all going to go like one at a time and draft a game until we get 6. I don't know, my throat did. After that, we get 2 counter picks. So what a counter pick is we want to pick a game that someone else on this call has drafted that we think is going to be bad, or that we think won't come out. But if we counter pick their game and it gets below a 70, we get those points. So if it gets a 62, we get 8 points. But I'm pretty sure if it gets like a 72, we get -2 points. So, and if a game doesn't come out, we get 0 points, but that's the safe bet because then you won't lose any points.
Okay.
So the safe bet is to bet on a game that doesn't come out. And so after all that, we have a few slots left. So those slots won't be used today unless you just go crazy for some reason. But those slots will be for anything that comes out in the future. So we have $100. So we can use the remainder of our slots and bid on games. So if, I don't know, Half-Life 3 gets announced next week, we can each bid on Half-Life 3 to get into our publisher. But we don't get notified for it. So you kind of have to be in there checking to see, like, you don't get to see people's bids either. So you have to go in there and check and just bid and then hope that you win it, you know?
Okay.
So that's pretty much everything. The rules, essentially, no games that have been released in other regions. And yeah, so it has to be any game that hasn't gotten any reviews yet. And no yearly installments, which means just like the FIFAs and the
No Call of Duty?
NBAs and stuff like that. No, Call of Duty. So yeah, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, that's fine. But no like sports games, essentially. No 2Ks, no FIFAs, Maddens. Because those are pretty much consistent with what they get. So that'd be an easy pick.
Dope. I'm ready. You guys ready?
Throw out my strategy. Yeah.
Let's freaking go! Should we introduce
Is it
ourselves and our
6 or
publisher?
7 games for the initial draft?
What was that, Holden?
Is it 6 or 7 games for the initial draft?
6.
6, okay. I
Oh
had 7,
no,
but all right,
Holden
cool.
did 45 hours of research based on 7 games.
I can actually.
Hey, it makes it easier for me.
Take like 1 second and make it 7.
No, make
if
it
you
6. Make it 6. Because
Okay.
I was reaching for those last games. Let's go around the table and introduce our publishers. I will start. Hi, I'm Chad Michaelinis, and I am CEO of Booty is Treasure. We publish games that are all about porn-adjacent experiences, sometimes in VR, sometimes paper and pencil adventure games. We are taking a risk on some new video games this year. I'm very excited for what we're able to draft. Holden, introduce yourself and your publishing company.
Hi, my name is Holden. Was it a Fiery, whatever it was you said earlier? What was it?
So, yep, let's go with that. Holden Fiery DePardo.
Fiery Depart, whatever he said earlier. And I am the founder of Game Potatoes Games. And we just we just take other people's games and put them in our draft because we don't actually make any games.
Nice.
That's how it works.
Brent, tell us about your publisher.
I am Brent McGillen or whatever, and I'm Pork Publishing LLC. We're usually we get the finest meats, but we heard about these video game things, so we're gonna try to take a little crack on them this year.
Dallas, what's up?
I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Tell you that
Tell us about
my
you and your
name is
publisher.
Ligma Pubic Glitchings.
He didn't even spell publishing.
You said pubic ishing.
Publishing. Because you're supposed to lick my pubic.
Ligma pubic ishing. Very, very clever. Very clever.
Thanks.
I didn't even catch that. I thought you just misspelled publishing.
Matt, what's up? What's your publisher?
Hi, my name is Matt, and I am CEO of Beeswax Not Yours Incorporated. You want to know what games we have coming out? Well, too damn bad. We're not telling you unless Walmart Canada gets a hold of our shit.
Sounds like an excellent PR strategy.
We
marketing
shadow
department.
drop games.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right,
No
Brent,
ads.
how do we get this started?
All right, I got the button right here.
Hit it.
You guys ready?
Yeah, tell me when you hit it, and I'll make the noise the button makes.
Click. Oh, I gotta do another click.
Do you guys remember what the Breath of the
Climax
Wild sounds
too
like?
early, dude.
So, Brent, I don't actually have to do anything on my screen. You're inputting all our games?
No, you have to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone pull up the
okay.
shit.
So-
FantasyCritic.games.
Oh, the draft. Okay.
How convenient. Brent is first. I wonder who made that
No,
decision.
actually, you want to know? You want to know the thing? I actually just randomized it, and it said you were gonna be first. So I was like, okay. I don't know why I didn't save that.
So
So
when
he
it's
just
like Holden
refreshed
first,
it until it said
no, we
him.
can't give that to Holden. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
you
can
go into
change it.
available games and select. Okay.
I don't. It's fine.
I didn't want to be first because I didn't want to seem like I have an advantage, but I can't just not draft this game.
Go for it.
So you
Talk
don't want
us
the
through it.
advantage, but
Talk us
I'll
through
take
it.
the advantage. Is what you're saying.
All right, so I'm going for. I know Chad's gonna be mad that I'm taking this game, but I have to do it, man.
What is it? What is it?
You're gonna see in a second.
There are audio listeners that we
Yeah,
got.
you can call it out. I'm not spoiling it for you.
Horizon Forbidden West goes to Pork Publishing. Not my first choice,
overall.
surprisingly.
Yeah, I kind of. It was like a toss up between that and something else that I think you're gonna be obsessed with.
Dallas, Ligma pubic ishing. What's your first draft?
So we don't have to deal with that. I think I'm gonna go with Ragnar. I'm nervous it might not come out this year.
Now I'm
but
fucking pissed.
if it drops this year,
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be a 90, no doubt.
Now you took Ugh, dyslexia. Now you
Alright,
took
alright,
Chad's
alright.
game.
How do I put this in?
So you have to go and it's like player actions or something on the side of the screen, and it'll say draft game. So you search it, then you press search, and then click the best
Gotcha.
result. I try.
Where are you searching it?
So
But
right next to the standings and like the publishers and stuff, there's like
Yeah.
all little options. There's player actions, and then under that should be draft game. You won't see it because it's not your turn, but
Oh, okay. So that's why I'm not seeing it. Okay.
yes, his next to draft Ligma
Cool,
pubic ishing. Maybe we should pubishing? Pubishing? Okay, so like draft game. Okay, here we go. I'm drafting.
Pubic.
Draft game.
you got this. I'm proud of you.
Talk us through your process.
I already have a third game on my list. God of War was number 1, Horizon was number 2, and now I'm like, fuck, gotta go to number 3 pick. But you know what? I already have decided I don't like number 3 because Breath of the Wild 2 is not coming out this year, so I'm going Far Cry 6, everyone. People like Far Cry.
not the
I
game
don't
I
know
thought.
why, but people like it. I'm gonna select it. Draft game.
There's a game I'm kind of hoping you guys have forgotten about.
Is it
Oh, I haven't
Super
forgotten.
Mario Bros. 3?
You get the last pick.
Shit.
Yep. All right. Beeswax, Not Yours by Hot Blooded 69. Shut up.
Okay, I was gonna go with another game that I'm not gonna say now because I don't want anybody else to take it.
Okay.
But I think it's early in the draft enough where I can pick somewhere else and then still get it on the way back.
Ooh, that's risky.
But here's what I'm gonna do.
That's Tom Cruise and risky
You only
business,
have one
baby.
pick, 2 picks, right? Holden picks twice, and then you pick again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt's face is super serious.
All right, it's super serious. This is draft time. I am going with.
I think we
Hollow
all know.
Knight, Silk Song.
Oh, nice. Nice. Good one.
It's a good
I'll
one.
check that off my list.
I think we all know Holden's first pick.
Yeah, we all know Holden's first pick.
No, you don't.
It's Pikmin 4.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
curious.
going.
What do you guys think it's going to be?
Holden gets 2 picks now,
He
right back
does.
to back.
He gets back to
Yeah,
back
I
picks.
get
just
two
I
like
would
picks.
Charlie's
guess
Angels.
it would
The best
be
spot in
Legend
the
of
draft.
Zelda. You might not go hard. I don't think you think it's coming out down.
I won't
counter
even.
the shit out
I
of
won't
that.
say if it's on my list or not. I'm not going to tell you guys anything. But what I will say is I'm picking. I'm going to pick out Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart
Oh,
first.
okay.
God,
Okay.
that's the one I was
Solid-
hoping you didn't
solid
forget about.
That is a solid, like my cock pick.
There it is.
That's what I was hoping you forgot about.
Oh no, nothing gets by
Look
me.
at this
I got
beautiful
them all.
screenshot
First
from
on the
Dallas
list.
right now. It's Horizon Zero Dawn. All of today's
There we
screenshots
go.
are Horizon.
And then, did I add it? I got a draft game. Okay. Okay, and for my second game, let me just mark that one off of my list. This series has been absolutely killing it with their past few games, and I just need to get it now because I'm really confident in it, and that's Resident Evil Village.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
I picked that on my other one. I hope it does good.
On your other one, you're playing with other people, Brent.
He's already cheating on
We
us.
did not agree. This is a
Man,
We are
polygamous
your
family.
fathers, damn it.
We've been trying to do this for so long. I had to get it from somewhere else, you know?
All right.
I gotta say, I got my first and third pick. I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm holding.
Here we
I'm
go.
fucking great, and I'm gonna win. Matt's on this call. He's gonna win, you idiot.
Here we go.
True.
I
Right.
have my pick. Pick is in. My second pick is Gran Turismo 7.
I don't know what my second pick's going to be.
Yep.
The hardware seller itself.
That's true.
A good
It's
racing
true.
game.
Are racing games still as relevant as they once were, though? It's not coming
They're
out with
gonna
the
look-
launch of a
it's gonna look
console.
absolutely
Gran-
fantastic
There's
on PS5.
no way Gran Turismo doesn't get good reviews.
Gran Turismo 7 is going to be the best looking racing game ever to this point because it's PS5 and
That's
it's going to
true.
be amazing. So
But
this is the best.
They've also been
Monster Hunter Rise.
working on it for a while too, so they got time to like polish that out and make it really good. Yeah,
Monster
that's gonna
Hunter
be,
Rise, though,
it's
is
going to
beat it out on OpenCritic. So, again, it's another series where people fucking
Absolutely.
love that game. Don't know why.
So that's what I looked up too, and every Monster Hunter game reviews super well, despite the fact they release about a jillion of them a
Yeah,
year.
and it's like, it looks like it's going to be a supersized 3DS game on Switch, so. All right, Ligma pubicishing. I like to imagine it's an Italian C, so it's a pubicishing. Ligma pubicishing.
I like that. So did you disqualify Super Mario 3D World?
Search for
I
it. see if
think
it pops
so,
up.
yeah. So you can
Yeah,
search
we
it,
talked
but
about that.
Plus
you can
Bowser's
search
Fury,
it and
that's
see
a
if it
different
lets you,
game.
but
It's a different game.
It's
No.
on the list.
No, because but you can base that off of the past review score for that game. I don't think that's fair.
yeah, that's like Bowser's Fury is like it's a little bit, but who's really like it might be a 1 or 2 point difference from like 3D World.
It's probably gonna get a higher score because of Bowser's Fury. So it's kind of like guaranteeing you a certain score almost. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say no. on
I'd
that
say
one.
yes, only because I want it, but
Well, it'd be mine. if you
I
say
think I might have to rule it out. Yeah, that's kind of
our
unfair.
shoutcaster,
problem.
who hasn't shouted once, by the way, is saying no. So, Dallas, you're out.
Yeah, what did we hire you for?
I shouted.
Brent, you
Good
got
luck
even
editing
quieter
that, Chad.
during your shout.
I don't want to be like a authoritarian dictator on this, but it's like if it's been reviewed, then it's kind of like a little unfair.
Wait, is Silk Song?
Matt already picked
Is
that
that
one.
just
You are
Yeah, I know, but is that in the same?
No, that's a
category?
completely new game.
No, it's a brand
It's a
new
completely
game.
different game.
Silksong isn't out yet.
Yeah. It was going to be DLC, but they turned it into a new game.
I'm gonna go with Kenya.
Good pick.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
a good
yeah,
pick.
yeah.
Excellent. I'm excited for that game.
Me too. I can't freaking
Same.
fucking
But I don't
wait.
know if it's gonna be
It's gonna look pretty.
Kenya.
I spent all this time thinking of like the next game. I'm like, I finally got it. And I'm like, wait, I have to go twice.
I have a ranked list of 37 games. So I'm just going down my list, skipping Breath of the Wild 2 and Super Mario 3D World.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. I'm gonna get Back for Blood.
Nice.
I don't see that game like not doing well.
I'm so
There's one
freaking pumped for it.
There's one I want to like YOLO it and get, but I don't know. I should probably wait on it. And there's a couple. There's like a couple that I'm looking at that I want to YOLO. But this is tough.
Do it, you coward.
This is tough.
Do
man.
it.
Nah, I can't. I can't risk that. All right, I'm looking at games here. What am I looking at? This is tough. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm gonna do Deathloop.
Okay.
That was a good one. That was high up on my
I
list.
am not jealous that you took that from me. So
That's not one of my risky ones either. There's still a couple that I'm like, do I do it? Do I not?
I like my poopa chasing.
I think this is a safe bet. I'm gonna go with Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
I always forget about that one before someone else picks it.
Oh yeah,
I totally
Is that the
even
Lego
fucking
game?
forgot about that. Son of a bitch. All right.
And in case anyone's wondering, that does count because they're changing a lot of things and adding a lot of new content.
We're also chanting a lot of Tatums. All right. Booty is Treasure is now going to pick our next porn-adjacent game, and that is Bravely Default 2, everybody. Again, different from Bravely the Second, the sequel to Bravely Default, but Bravely Default 2. It's a JRPG. It's from Square. People really, again, another game. I'm not all about Bravely Default. I liked the game until I had to play the end of it 45 times. But people like that game. And the way she says,
Why'd you have to play the end of it 45 times?
it's just like part of the story is you have to replay the game over and over through like this time warp. It's
I
stupid.
hear that's what what Nier Automata's like, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do
Yeah,
that.
it's a little bit. Although that one's at least from someone else's perspective, and this one was literally the same game with the same party over and over. Beeswax, not yours. How do you vote?
Let me tell you guys. Let me paint a picture
Okay.
of a game.
Is it a
That's
finger
classic.
painting or a
It has the
watercolor?
it has yes. It has nostalgia. It has
I
the
know what you're gonna
remake.
pick.
It has the remake factor, but it's a new game. It has the whole game is photo mode. It is Pokemon Snap.
Oh, no.
An automatic home run.
Yeah.
It's a Pokemon game.
Yeah, that one's
Not what I thought you were gonna pick.
That one's
actually.
a
I thought you
slam
were something
dunk.
else. I think you were leading to something else.
Oh, we're coming back to that.
I kind of thought you were gonna lead into something else too.
Game
I got a few on my
potato
watch
game.
list.
Oh, dude, it's a
All right.
palindrome. Game potato games.
I gotta reload the page. Hopefully, I don't lose anything. All right. Okay. This one's my first risky one because it technically doesn't have a release date for this year, but I'm very confident it's coming out this year. And that's Elden Ring.
Oh,
You're crazy.
confident?
You're crazy.
Okay, lock it in, and
I'm
then I'll tell
very
you why
confident.
you're wrong.
There's no way
I'm gonna
Elden
short
Ring
sell
drops.
the fuck out of Elden Ring at the end of this. What do we call that?
Yeah, me
Counter
That's my counter pick.
I'm betting on it. I'm betting on it. They have an insane release case. I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
Go against me.
Okay.
I dare
Great.
you.
Thanks for giving me a good counter pick, Holden. I appreciate it.
The other one I'm going to go for, I think this one might have gone under the radar, but let's be honest, this one's going to review really fucking well, and it is announced for this year, and that's Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Technically
Solid.
V. Shin Megami Tensei V.
No, it's a 5.
it's
like,
a V.
is it Mac OS X
It's a V.
or is it Mac OS 10?
It's V.
Boom, got it.
All right. The next game being drafted. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Beeswax Not Yours Inc. again, putting in their pick. Searching through a database alphabetically.
I know what you're gonna get. I know what game Matt really wants to go for. I was just waiting for him to say it.
Yeah, same.
No, I don't think I can
You
go
should
this high.
just say it because you have the opportunity to,
No.
and someone's gonna take it from you next.
Nope.
You should just say it.
I'm going with Gotham Knights.
Oh, solid pick.
you took
solid
mine.
pick. Okay.
Gotham Knights.
Booty as Treasure is up, and I'm going to go with another game that probably no one even thought about because I'm just that fucking good. It Takes Two. It takes two to make it out of
Man,
sight. That's
All
the,
of my
fuck the
list is
Oscars-
just getting
Oscars guy.
ransacked.
This game, like his games review really well, and it's unique. I think it's going to do great. It Takes Two. Forced co-op looks good. Our pets' heads are falling off.
The game does look really good.
It does. Ligma Boopa Chasing.
Lick my
I'm
balls. Also, I want people to know that Dallas made his name on here D's nuts.
It's all like
I just
thing.
I just
Lick these
I just
nuts,
want that to
lick
be
my
known.
nuts, these nuts. Lick my...
Lick my pubic itching. Which pubic itching? D's nuts. Nailed it.
Is Little Nightmares 2 available?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. That's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
I don't want you to feel self-conscious, but that wasn't on my list of 37 games.
It's because this 37 games
I
is
gotta
just
play
wrong.
mind games with
It
everybody.
doesn't have Little Nightmares 2 on it.
Gotta fuck
That
everybody
was
over with
actually
my
one of my
mind games.
surefire hits. Like I think Little Nightmares 2 is going to do really well.
If it's a surefire hit, why didn't you pick it in your first 4?
It's in my top 10.
All right.
Okay.
I've been wrestling with it. I don't know. I think I need to be ballsy. It's a
Do
classic
it.
series. Everyone loves it, but this
Hello.
entry is not doing insanely hot in the public eye. But I honestly think it can come out this year and really, really sell.
Oh, you're building
I'm
it up
picking
really
Halo
well.
Infinite.
That's one of my counter picks.
Halo
though.
Infinite.
Halo Infinite.
Damn.
Oh no.
Oh, there you
I had
go.
that one up the top too. Even Halo 5 Guardians reviewed really well. So yeah, I feel like that's a good pick. Plus I think they're going to like polish the fuck out of that game.
Polish my knob while
It's
playing
like-
that game.
It's been said, but like I think they know they can't like screw it up. So like I think it comes out this year, and I think it's good.
You know
And
what
for my
else
next
comes out
pick
this
is
year?
one-
Your next pick.
What? Exactly. If it comes out this year. So my next pick
Uh-oh.
is another one I'm not really anticipating to be good because I was underwhelmed by the gameplay, but I think it can. I do think it can pull ahead, and that's Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ooh, okay.
Good
Okay.
pick. Good pick.
Like it. I like it.
So I got both of the Bethesda published games this year.
Both of the PS5 exclusive
I had that
Bethesda
somewhere.
published
Where is
games
it? I
this
gotta
year.
cross it out.
Exactly. And you know what Sony
Alright.
breeds? Excellence. Please sponsor me, Sony.
Ligma D's
So,
nuts pubic itching. What you got?
Speaking of excellence, I am going with Breath of the Wild.
Oh, nice. Good
Surefire
choice.
10
Good
out of
choice.
10 if it comes out. We'll see, though.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Seriously,
If
though,
it
yeah.
drops.
All right, everyone.
I'm hoping Christmas. Holiday.
I'm thinking you're right. I'm thinking it's gonna drop Christmas.
Again,
Breath,
another
Breath
game
of the
that's
Wild
going
has
to
a
do.
chance.
Okay, this game's going to do gangbusters. It's going to review well. It's not going to sell very well because these games don't, but it's going to review very well.
Do it. Don't you do
No
it.
more Heroes 3. No more
Okay.
Heroes 3.
Solid pick, solid pick.
Yep. Beeswax, not yours, Inc. Nacho cheese.
Here we go. I got it ready. I'm going with Hellblade 2.
You think
You
it
think that's
drops
coming out this year? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
God, I hope you're right.
I like it.
Same.
100%.
But did they okay, so that means either Hellblade or Halo comes out this year. So
Why?
one of us is getting screwed, in my opinion.
Why? Because they both start with H's?
No, well, there's a very.
I think Microsoft would want to span their like exclusives out a couple of years.
That's what they've been doing.
I shouldn't say
They
this,
released
but
an
there's a
exclusive, like,
very
6 years
specific
ago?
reason Hellblade 2 is not going to come out this
Oh,
year. There's a
no.
very specific reason for it.
Tell me. I already picked it.
Did
It's
you
over
lock
for
it
me.
in?
Yeah,
I mean, should I reveal my? I mean, I already kind of
Reveal
outed it. but
Reveal
that's
it.
absolutely
Short
a
sell it
counterpick
later, but
option
reveal
for
it
me.
now.
I mean, I already said it, so I kind of feel like if anyone wants to take it from me, they can at this point. It's definitely going to be an Xbox Series X exclusive game, and they said no Xbox Series X exclusive games for Microsoft Studios within the first like year or two. So I think it's going to be next year.
Yeah, but they also said that this isn't next gen, and then they also said this is next gen. So
Yeah, plus I think recently they've kind of been flip-flopping a little bit, being like, okay, maybe we don't support the Xbox One that much.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to like. Oh, we'll get into it later on when I counterpick it.
with Elden Ring, though, they were like, "Hey, y'all, Elden Ring's coming. Thanks for your support. Maybe we'll get to tell you more about it this year." So that you might get to hear more about the game before the end of the calendar year. So good luck with that.
No,
one.
that was Bayonetta 3.
No, that was Elden Ring, sir. Because everyone's like, "Thank you for voting for us at the Game Awards." Elden Ring, signed, yours truly, George Railroad Martin.
Buy all the railroads.
Well, the next two I'm extremely confident in, and I think they're going to surprise. I don't know if anyone would have
These
taken
are your
these.
last two, Holden.
I know. I'm surprised. I don't know. I'm happy these weren't taken because I feel very confident in these ones. Oddworld Soulstorm.
Yeah, I got that on my list.
That's those games review very well. And then the other one, I just drafted that one, I'm going to pick is Psychonauts 2.
You took my last one, dude. But solid pick. That I think that one's gonna be really good.
I think so too, yeah. Boom, drafted. Got it.
All right, Holden's done. Kick him out of the call.
All right. Here we go. My final pick.
I can take Holden out of the game and we can steal his picks back.
Nice.
I'm pulling up that tweet because I'm very certain that
I'm looking it
was
up right
CD Projekt,
now,
or that
and
was yeah.
It might be Bayonetta 3, but I still can't find it. I can find thank you for
I know
voting
Bayonetta
for
3
us.
said that for sure. The Bayonetta 3 developer said that for sure. Was it From Software that tweeted that out? Because I don't see it under Elden Ring's Twitter account.
Here's my wild card pick.
What is it? Wow,
And that's
God.
not
Yes.
Hellblade. Ghost and Goblins Resurrection. Love that game.
What?
And this is the type of game that will get a high score. It might not sell really well, and it's not going to sell well, but it's going to get a good score.
Sure.
Looking
yeah.
in the north of the 90s.
North of the 90s. Looking in the north of the 90s. AKA Prince.
Watch Matt beat all of us off of that.
Coming out on February 25th.
Matt's going to
It's
beat
gonna
all
be
of us
a
off.
100 score game.
I found the article. Our sincerest thanks goes out to everyone who voted for Elden Ring at the TGA and to all those who continue to support us. By virtue of those who play our games and continue to hold us to a high standard, we can forge ahead with development undaunted and highly motivated. Thank you.
Yep, that sounds like
And it
2024
seems like the
to
world
me.
might not be mended for a while yet,
So.
but please take care of yourself and enjoy the new year in good spirits and health. See you in 2021 is what they said.
Yeah.
So it could mean we'll see the game in 2021.
No, it
or
means
could
they're
be that
finally
we
going to
get the
post a
game in
picture of George
2021.
Railroad Martin. That's what's going to happen. My final pick
Yes,
is Bootiest Treasure. I haven't looked at this fucking list. Hold on. I was too busy looking up tweets. Son of a bitch. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going for.
Okay. So I'm tossing and turning in my head. I'm like, what am I going to pick? What am I going to pick, y'all? What the fuck is going on? I'm going to throw down a game. Reload. Please reconnect. Reload. I'm reloading. Okay, here we go. Good. Draft. I'm going to draft a game. It's another one of those that, like, probably no one thought about when compiling their list.
Hit me with it, Chad.
It's a little game about a cat called Stray.
I thought about it.
I'm putting Stray on my
Stray's going to be a
list.
good one, yeah.
You are the little Spider-Man cat in a backpack, but you're not in a backpack anymore. You're just pouncing around town eating birds. Stray is going on my list. Ligma Pubic Kissing, you're up.
I'm gonna go with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Good
right.
choice.
Like,
I was
that's coming
just
out this
thinking
year.
about that.
Okay.
Call of Duty's
There's
definitely
no way
going
a
to push
Call
like
of Duty comes out this
2025.
year.
Last pick now.
Last pick.
Yep.
Porky Publishing.
All right. This one's gonna be a little dicey.
Oh,
You know, I'm gonna get risky.
too?
Mr. Irrelevant.
You know, I think a chance they could squeeze this game out. Ghost of Tsushima 2.
what?
I'm gonna go Ghost.
What?
What?
No,
I mean,
I'm
yes,
just-
look it in, and then let me counter the fuck out of that.
Hey, can you counterpick your own games?
What's that?
Actually, maybe,
I'm not asking for you. I'm asking for myself.
possibly. No, but for real, there's a chance this game doesn't do that good, but I'm gonna go Returnal.
No, pick the other one.
I'm hyped for.
I literally my counter picks goes to Tsushima 2, first choice.
All right, let's go down our list real quick so we can recap who has what. Start at the top with Brent. Go.
All right, Horizon Forbidden West, Back for Blood, Deathloop, Halo Infinite, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Returnal.
Dope.
I have Ghost of War, Ragnarok,
Nope.
10 Years of Spirits.
You've God of War.
Ghost of War.
Wait, what? I said Ghost of War?
Yeah.
You said Ghost of War. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
That's a cool name, though.
Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Little Nightmare 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, Call of Duty 2021.
Nice. Booty is Treasure is picking up these 6 porny games. Far Cry 6, starring the porn of Giancarlo Esposito. Monster Hunter Rise, starring naked dinosaurs. Bravely Default 2 with naked anime. It Takes Two with 2 naked people playing at the same time. No More Heroes 3. That game has a lot of J.O. in it. And finally, Stray, about a naked little kitty.
Gross.
Beeswax, Not Yours Incorporated, picked Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Gran Turismo 7, New Pokemon Snap, Gotham Knights, Hellblade 2, and Ghost and Goblins Resurrection.
And Game Potato Games picked Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, Elden Ring, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Oddworld Soulstorm, and Psychonauts 2.
And if Chad or Holden decides to put the link in the description, you guys can follow along and look at us if you really feel like it on a boring
we'll do?
Saturday and see what we decide to pick, if we decide to bet anything, if our scores get updated, stuff like that. See how high Matt is winning.
We'll make it our pin tweet. We'll make it our tweet penny so people can follow us throughout the year.
Bet.
All right, Game Potato Games, you are time to pick your counter pick, Mr. Potter.
First one's Hellblade 2.
Nice.
Definitely Hellblade 2.
Fuck. Great. And we specifically have to pick something on someone else's list that's going to fail or not come out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So like the failing part's hard for me because I don't want to like anticipate any game being bad. It's like it's hard to think what's going to be bad. So I usually just go for the safe pick and get no points for games that aren't
Yeah,
going
I
to come
feel
out.
like most of the games, all the games you guys picked, are great games. Like it's gonna be. I feel like I would lose points by picking anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I'm up?
You're up, bro.
Why am I
You're
up?
up.
Yeah, you're
Picking
up.
counter pick first, just random? Okay. My counter pick is going to be Elden Ring.
You son of a bitch, Humphrey.
Elden Ring. Select as game counter pick. Yep. Got it.
Fucking A. Fucking A. This is a tough one, y'all, because I can look at Deathloop and
No, it's
say
not.
that game looks like it could be good, but also will probably review mediocrely. But then also, like, I'm
That's
looking
the
over
thing.
there at Breath of the
Those
Wild
guys
2.
made Dishonored 2. It's a really, really solid pick.
Deathloop and Ghostwire are the two games I can see flipping, either being like, this is really good, or this is kind of average and I still don't understand it type of thing.
I'm going to draft my counter pick.
Dishonored 1 and 2, but got like an 89 and a 90 or 91 or something like that. They review really well.
That's because
You're going to lose a
Dishonored
lot of
was
points.
great.
Yeah, it's the same developer and it's the same style game for the most part.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Deathloop can really capture what Dishonored had, but I hope. For me being a fan and me wanting points, I sure hope.
Yeah, I was like, you picked it. I hope you like it.
I have counter pick draft Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ghost of Tsushima 2. It's coming, guys. It's coming this year.
I am gonna counter draft Halo because fuck.
What did Halo ever
Watch
do
it
to
be
you?
good, Dallas. You're gonna lose all your points.
It's not even gonna come out. It's not gonna come out for like 3 years. So they scrapped it. So shit.
This game's coming out, dude. All right, yeah, I have to go for the. Wait, can you not pick a counter pick someone's already picked? Oh no, I can't do Elden Ring.
No,
I'm
you got to do
screwed.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, I'm going for Breath of the Wild too.
That's so risky. You could lose so many
So
points
many
if that
points.
does really well.
Yeah, I know. Why did I make
Probably
two
not good.
counter picks? Can I change it? Can I change it?
Oh, we have to
You
choose
get
a
your next
second
counter
one?
pick draft, too.
Oh, God. Ligma
Oh, we have to make
asshole.
two?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get.
Actually, I can change it to one counter pick if you guys want, because this is hard.
I'm good with 2. Roll the dice.
Yeah, I have a second
Yep.
one in mind. I want to see if I can get it.
All right, all right.
You're last, Holden. You're dead last.
I know it's risky, but I think I'm going to be able to do it.
Lava beans. Y'all, I don't
My
think
turn,
I'm
is it
play
still
any
Brent?
of the games on my list.
No, it's still Brent's
Still
turn.
mine.
It's
Oh,
still
crap.
Brent's turn.
Okay, what do I think's not gonna be good? This sucks. This sucks, dude.
Ghosts and
Shin
Goblins
Megami Tensei
Resurrection.
5, I
We've
think
moved on.
maybe won't come out.
Oh, twist. Con carne.
It was announced 4 years ago, so I'm crossing my fingers it
Yeah,
comes
well,
out
so was
this
The
year.
Last Guardian.
I'm happy no one picked Metroid Prime 4. I would have had to like scold you so hard.
I have to go. I have to go Ghosts and Goblins just because.
It's your grave. It's your funeral.
That game sucks, dude.
Ghosts and Goblins was awesome.
I hate that game.
Ghosts
I
and
remember
Goblins
playing
is
that as
so
like a
good.
fucking 5-year-old. Wanting to throw my controller through the fuck.
See, here's the thing: critics are gonna lose their minds for the throwback looks of it, but it looks like updated. That 2D, 3D look, they're gonna lose their mind for it. It almost looks like kind of like it's not Cuphead like hand drawn, but it's that kind of feel.
Here's a question: Is there an announced date
Pick it.
for Psychonauts 2?
Yeah, it was like
It's
2 years ago or something.
2021.
Psychonauts 2
They've
has been
announced
coming out for
2021.
years.
Yeah, that's it. So there's no actual date.
There is an actual date for it. It's 2021.
That's not a date, that's a year.
And they
Alright.
just said that
I think
they
this is
have
Holden's
the
pick. I think Holden wants
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
I chose. What do you mean? I'm not gonna counterpick
I know.
Psychonauts 2. I picked
Okay.
it.
Go Ghosts.
Ghosts and Goblins. All right. Treasure is booty. I mean, booty is treasure. We are going with Death Poop as my counter pick. As my counter pick.
You had to do it to me.
I had to do Death Poop and Ghostwire Tokyo. We got to be like 2 more reasons why Xbox sucks and they shouldn't have bought Bethesda. Just kidding. They're great and Bethesda's fine, I guess, but I don't like their games.
Bethesda was a really good purchase.
It was a great business decision for a lot of people. I just personally don't enjoy most of their games.
I don't get
Going
the
down
thing
the
of like
shitter.
Bethesda sucks now, but like they've made 2
suck.
games that maybe have like not been. It's really just been Fallout. That hasn't
Fallout
been
has
good.
always sucked.
That's a lie.
What?
I'm offended.
Fallout
blast
3
playing
just
Fallout,
brown
like
and
you
boring. Fallout 1 and 2, nobody even knew what platforms they were on.
Fallout 4 was really good. in
Yeah,
my
whatever.
opinion. I think
In
76
your
is
bra.
fun now.
76 is not fun.
No,
now.
76 is
My
the
is
worst.
still
No, it's
fun.
not.
Like, there's nothing wrong with 76.
outta
It
here,
was just
Brent.
the bugs.
Get out of here.
I mean, I don't know. When we played that night, it was so
was so
frustrating
bad.
not knowing.
Yeah, there's
as someone
so
who
much
spent
wrong with that game.
between Fallout 3 and 4, spending hundreds of hours in that world, the exact same engine, the exact same world, the exact same controls, and not knowing what I was doing, it was so frustrating. That was awful. An awful
Also, like the
experience.
syncing of your characters was horrible. You would jump all over the place, and like you
Yeah.
didn't know where anyone was, and it was a mess.
I had a
I
blast.
Wow,
need
what
to
are you
build
picking for
that
your counter
awesome
pick?
base.
Sorry,
that
it's
base
me.
I built.
I am.
Yeah, and you remember all
I
of
am going to-
the floors that I put everywhere, or walls that I built, or ramps? That's what it was. I just built ramps all
Yeah,
over
the
your
ramps.
base.
I am gonna go. Let's see here. I can't pick Hellblade 2.
Nope, somebody's already picked it because you
yeah,
you
me.
picked it, and then somebody else picked it, and then that's 2 picks. Like 2
I am gonna go with Returnal. Returnal is my counter pick. Sorry, Brent.
My whole list is getting so screwed over. I think the only good pick I made was Horizon.
Watch that get
No,
delayed.
you have a good list. What are you talking about?
It's the most counterpicked
You have a
list,
great list.
of the season.
Exactly. See,
Well,
it's the
I'm
most,
sitting by-
it's the
I-
most dicey.
I'll say, but I didn't even consider counterpicking any of your options because I thought they were all great options.
Well,
so
Holden, prove us wrong right
They
now by
gets
picking
it.
all these
something
other
off
people
his
would be
list.
crazy. I am going. Is it my counter pick now?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
gotta
wait.
reload again. That's why it wasn't showing up.
Oh wait, yeah. Still shows Dallas.
Okay,
for
my
me.
counter pick is gonna be No More Heroes 3.
Wow. I thought you were gonna go
The
for Hellblade
ex-
2.
I did.
already
That's
did.
the first one I picked.
Oh,
Okay, I already picked that one.
Yeah.
I missed
The
that
two
one.
I wanted to
Oh,
counter
so
pick
you-
from the
so
very
you did.
beginning. My only 2 choices to counter pick were No More Heroes 3 and Hellblade 2. So I got exactly what I wanted.
All
there. It was
right,
perfect.
The draft is complete. From here, you can make bids for games that were not drafted. However, you may want to hold on to your available budget until later in the year.
So,
I'm gonna
Brent,
fill up so many of these slots right now.
I was gonna say, so if I wanted to right now, I can fill up the rest of the slots here with other games.
Yeah, I think you get a couple
Okay.
drops, but
What if I
Yeah,
put
be
more
careful.
money than you? Do I steal it off your list?
for a bid game, yeah. So say Half-Life 3. I put $2, you put $3, you win it. But all of them are processed on Saturday, I think.
Hey, what happens if I drop Hellblade 2 and Holden is counter picking it?
And Holden's
You
gotta
can do it
kinda
because
pick
there's a
his
setting
nose.
that locks it in if someone counterpicks it, but I didn't
Okay,
click
okay.
that setting, so you should be
Okay.
able to drop it.
Dope, 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 dope. That's it, everyone. Follow along with us. Go to our pinned tweet to find the link and see what we're doing and how we perform throughout the year. Right now, I'm just going to say Matt's going to win.
Get ready for Ghosts and Goblins, y'all.
Get ready. All right, moving on to Play Time, where we talk about everything we played this week. We have a special little segment here for Playtime called Cozy the Birthday Bear. Cozy's Corner. I'm Cozy. Ooh. That's the theme song for it.
He sounds nothing like that.
So Cozy, he writes us reviews for Barf, which I wish more people would do. So if you're out there and you're listening and you've played a game that we play for Barf, write us in what you think of it, and then we'll read it on the air. And then 2 times in a row now, we didn't do that. We didn't read in on the air their reviews. So do as we say, not as we do with what we told you that we want you to do. Cozy wrote a review.
It's
We played
specifically
Control
my
this
fault.
week.
I'll call myself out. It was specifically my fault.
We did it last month too, or whatever the last one that he wrote in a review. We forgot to read it as well. But here's the
It was
thing.
probably my fault. I'm terrible about that.
I am 106% sure you might be right. So we played Control for the month of January. Again, go watch our barf after you play the game. Play the game in February and go watch the video on demand, you dumb idiot. Cozy wrote in with his review what he played in January alongside us. Holden, will you go ahead and read off his review?
I will. I also want to shout out happy birthday to Cozy Bear because that's why he's the birthday bear.
Got it. That's not the name of the segment. That's his birthday.
Birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Alex Cozina.
And that is on Monday, February 1st. So if you hear this on the normal podcast, like on podcast services or YouTube, just be sure to tweet at him and wish him a belated happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
He messaged us and said, "Hey, Respawning Fire Crew, a few weeks ago you decided to go with Control as this month's barf game, spurning Knack, which received an equal amount of votes from us patrons in the process. Not wanting to play Control until the release of the title's Ultimate Edition in February, I decided to play Knack instead out of pity, and man oh man, do I have thoughts to share on it. On its surface, Knack seems like it would offer a family-friendly platforming experience with easy, inoffensive gameplay, a Mario lookalike designed to impugn a sense of childlike wonder. Look a little more closely, however, and a much different game comes into focus. To begin with, Knack is not a platformer. There are very few moments where one's skill at jumping from platform to platform are put to the test. Instead, Knack is much more of a brawler in the vein of the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, where combat makes up the bulk of the experience and movement is slow. You can gradually increase in size and the more relics you collect, but how big or small you become is entirely dictated by each level's design, rather than something that you have control over. And with only a handful of exceptions, most of the enemies that Knack fights tend to scale with his size, meaning that there are very few moments in the game where you get the satisfaction of trampling ant-sized baddies underneath your massive girth. As a result, Knack's repeated transformations from Pipsqueak to Towering Colossus almost always felt underwhelming. This inherent frustration was further amplified by my decision to play the game on hard mode to get that platinum trophy more quickly.
You are Dallas
which
incarnate.
turned almost every enemy strike, even when Knack was the size of a skyscraper, into a one-hit KO. Seriously, don't play Knack on anything above normal unless you've maxed your gamer skill points. All this was made all the worse by the game's length. Knack isn't the longest experience in the world. HowLongToBeat.com puts it at roughly 10 hours, which is the same league as titles like Infamous Second Son and Ratchet & Clank 2016. Unlike the aforementioned titles, however, 90% of Knack's already paltry abilities are is set unlocked within the game's opening chapters, which means that most of the time, you're rinsing and repeating the same 5-ish moves on the game's baddies, turning much of these 10 hours into a slog. Instances do come up every now and then where Knack's abilities are toyed with, like, look guys, Knack's partially made out of wood now, but these instances are few and far between. Compounding Knack's mediocrity further is its story. The game features solid performances from its voice cast, as well as a few lines of dialogue that would probably receive a solid B+ if turned in as an assignment to a scriptwriting 101 class, yet both are ultimately in service to a plot that features issues bigger than Mark Cerny's ego circa 2013. Perhaps biggest of said issues are Knack's goblins. Initially presented as mindless monsters that have taken up arms against humanity, the goblins are gradually revealed to be intelligent beings that were driven from society for not very well justified reasons. By the time that I got halfway through the game, I found myself empathizing with the goblins' plight and genuinely questioning why Knack and his human companions are so steadfast in their desire to wipe them out. There's nothing wrong with the games that feature sympathetic enemies with legitimate grievances and flawed heroes that learn from their mistakes. But Knack never really acknowledges those prickly politics it stumbles into with any genuineness, nor does it ever try to balance out its complexity with humor, despite having a cartoonish art style reminiscent of a Pixar movie. And Knack himself having a surly Duke Nukem-esque voice, the game is almost entirely devoid of comedy. There's no witty banter, barely any one-liners, and about as many moments of slapstick shenanigans as I have fingers. Not every game needs to be a giggle fest, but watching Knack repeatedly fail to elicit so much as a chuckle for me felt like watching a pro baseball star whiff an easy home run. Moreover, it's just weird on a meta level that Knack, a game that has become such a meme, such an in-joke within the PlayStation community, is itself almost completely lacking in jokes. While the generous readers of this review are free to put Knack up for grabs as a future barf title, I would strongly recommend against doing so. Knack is neither a good game nor a crap fest. It's aggressively mediocre experience that has little of value to offer. Catch you later, Alexander Cozy Bear Kozina.
We need a Knack 3, baby.
Darby would be so upset. It also sounds like it's like similar complaints of Godfall, which is just like, it's not bad, but it's just so mediocre. It's not like worth mentioning.
I have three things to say. One, you have a wonderful journalistic voice, Cozy. 2, use the word girth. Always a fan of the word girth. And number 3, next time we read one of these and it's not about the game that we played, I want us to go through and change the words so that like we're reading the review as if it's about Control, but it's actually about Knack.
I was thinking about like inserting Jesse in place of Knack every single time.
Yep, that's what. And then I was like, "What the fuck?" And then it's an inside joke, and only we laugh.
Well, yeah, what did I miss? How did it turn into Knack from Control?
You'll have to go back and give us an extra review on YouTube.
Oh, man.
All right. Speaking of Brent watching us on YouTube, what did you play this week, Brent, with your free time when you weren't also watching us on YouTube at the same time as taking a nap?
That was a fun time. My life sucks because I have been chipping away at the Avengers Platinum.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How many hives you done?
So sorry to hear that.
I don't know, man, like 4.
How much of The Last of Us 2 have you played?
How do I disconnect from this call?
That's the real question. That's the real question.
Gotta lay off him for Last of Us Part 2 because I want him to like the game and he's gonna like hate it when he goes to play
already
because we
hates
put so much pressure on him.
Okay, no, if we want to be real, you guys got to listen to the new episode of the podcast dropping. I defend that game like heavily. But either way, no, I'm not playing that trash. So Avengers, I've been playing Avengers. I really like the game. This platinum is making me want to rip my hair out, but I still really want it. But on top of that, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft again. Finally got the platinum because I didn't really play it on PlayStation that much as a kid. I was on Xbox and then went to PC. It's been a lot of fun. I got full netherite armor last night.
Dude,
Ayo.
dope.
None of y'all really understand that.
I have no
but
idea what that
it's-
means, but dope.
It's hype. Dude, I had to like mine for an hour in one direction in the nether just trying to find like the ancient debris so you can smelt it into the furnace to get ancient scraps. Like netherite scraps, and then you need to get 4 of those and 4 iron ingots, and then you craft those together to get a netherite brick, and then you want to make a smithing table. So you put your diamond materials, like your helmet in there, then you put 1 netherite, and it becomes a netherite thing. I've been doing so much.
So how many you had to do that
and
for
then-
your helmet and your chest piece? I
My
assume.
chest piece, the legs, the boots, and I did it for my sword and my pickaxe.
Whoa,
I had the best sword. It's so overpowered. I call it the Thought Destroyer.
Just run them thoughts.
And I beat the Ender Dragon with it because he's a thought.
Nice, dude. My 5-year-old nephew beat the Ender Dragon as well. I doubt he had a thought destroyer though.
You should work on that, honestly.
That's dope. That's dope. I'm a fan of
then-
Minecraft Dungeons, so I can relate on some
Dude.
name level.
You know, I gotta call you out. Every time you talk about it, I'm like, Chad, hit me up. Let's play. I'm going for that platinum. And you're like, nah,
You got it on Xbox?
Destiny.
You got it on Xbox? You got Game
It's
Pass?
crossplay.
Is it? Oh, that's right. It's crossplay because my niece is playing on PS4. You're right. Well, when
Let's
you take a
get that
break from
plat,
Avengers, let me know.
If I take a... See, you know, now I'm in your Destiny lane. I can't really take a break from Avengers.
It's true.
Why don't we
When I
just
think
play
of playing
Avengers
video games right now, I think of playing Destiny.
Please play Avengers with me. I gotta show you my cap, dude.
Desperate cry. Well, please.
Dude, y'all left me. We were having such a fun time. We were
Wait for Spider-Man,
assembling.
dude. Assembling, we were.
ass,
Yeah,
ass,
assembling
ass,
a lot.
ass, ass.
I won't lie. I haven't thought a second about Avengers since I deleted it from my PS4. But yeah, this is the first time I've really given it any thought, and I don't really want to go back yet. Not yet.
Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
man. Don't do
Not
that
yet.
to me.
Not yet. I'm sorry.
When we see whatever the PS5
And there's that new
update and
content.
maybe Hawkeye looks like in this upcoming War Table we'll talk about in a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe
you
I'll
will.
think about playing it again for an hour.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Tell me about
And then
Valhalla.
last,
That
I
one hive.
guess... Yeah, dude. You guys gotta play Valhalla.
We are.
Okay,
All
so
of us
I
are
think
playing it but Holden.
you gotta keep playing it. It's so good.
Matt just caught up to where I was.
So Valhalla is the game that, because before I didn't care about the Game Awards cycle, I was like, I like it being in December. Now I'm like, fuck this, because it does not give enough time for people to play amazing games like Valhalla. Because critics would have had maybe like a week to play Valhalla. They pick it up, they're like, oh, Viking Gang, and then put it down. Valhalla is, I was going to say masterpiece. I don't know, but it's like, it's beautiful. Valhalla is like, and this is coming from someone who's like stuck up Assassin's Creed fan. I'm pushing that away right now to enjoy Valhalla. But
Doesn't
like,
sound like it.
no, I definitely have had to like push away my this isn't Assassin's Creed. Like I've had to push that in the back of my brain, but like I'm having an amazing time with this game. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful, man.
It's perfect. It's fucking perfect.
Okay, it's perfect. It's so fun. I love it so much, and I'm going for that plat too.
Woof. Dallas, I know
Tough
you play
plat.
Valhalla this week a lot.
Yes, that's about it. I love that game too. I agree with Brent. It's not. It's more. It's a Viking. It's not really an Assassin's game. There was like a handful of times in my 150 hours that I've been playing it that I felt like an assassin. Most of the time, I just feel like a Viking. Chop heads off.
Yeah, anytime Eivor like sees an assassin's thing, he's like, "Oh, cool." Anyway,
yeah. The
There's
atmosphere. of that game
Templars
is
and
just-
stuff, though, right?
yeah,
they're
the
not-
Order of the Ancients.
Yeah, they're not really Templars. Yeah, they're called the Order. It's a
1886.
cult.
Yeah, because that was before like. Go
The
ahead.
atmosphere of that game is just perfect. Like every time I go to like a rundown town, it just feels like so unique. And like each one is like that's what my biggest issue with Odyssey was. Like every area kind of looked different, but it felt the same. And I put a ton of time into that game. But this game, every time I go and find a new assassin layer, it's unique and it feels unique. Even though it's like the same thing, like you just go and try and find the armor or whatever's hidden in there. But it's always a different kind of puzzle. Just perfect. Fucking
So great. My only like criticism I have is that some arcs can be like it's long, man, and like I've been in there arguing about it on Twitter. Like it's long. It's like I think some of the arcs could be like maybe not mandatory. Like a couple of them could be optional, but I do once I'm done with them, I'm like okay. I enjoyed seeing that region. I enjoyed seeing them, but there's one arc where I'm like, this is dumb, man. There's one where you have to like kidnap someone and then they're cool with it and it's like okay that arc went on for like way too long and it was kind of like dumb but it was like all right
Is that the one with the like love interest?
yeah
Got kidnapped. Yeah, that was the only arc that I was a little put off by. But honestly, all the arcs, like that's what's driving me to play the game more. Is like I just want to see the next arc because every arc has been fucking dope, and it makes you explore the game in a different way that I'm not used to doing because usually I'll just go randomly around the map and fucking find whatever I can. But this actually, I've learned that when you go and pledge an alliance to an area and you do a little bit of the arc, it'll bring you to certain areas in that arc, in that place where I would have just went randomly.
yeah
And instead of going back again for the second time for the arc, it's like, I'll hold off till the arc is basically done, and then I'll clear the area out. So it's like that's for me. I always love to explore maps like that. This is making different way, which is to me.
yeah it's tough being like sometimes being like I want to like go and sync all the viewpoints but I know that the arcs are gonna take me each place so it is cool. I do like some of them should be optional but I do like the structure of arcs being like okay a little bite-sized adventure instead of stringing me along mission to mission to mission like every other Assassin's Creed game. It's nice being like, okay, I can take an hour.
Odyssey was, in my opinion. Sorry to cut you off. It's like every mission
you're
just strung together. It was like 100 missions and all these stupid side quests. It was like just too much. But this is perfect. It's like here's like you said, a bite-sized quest. Go back home, do what you got to do there, and go visit some other area.
Exactly, it's
a
great.
great system.
I like that. That sounds good. I'll have that.
This should be like if you guys do a thing where you do a year-long barf, it should be Valhalla.
No, I
think I'll be done with
still
it
have
by
to play
the end
Metro
of this
Exodus. So
It's so glad to hear an excuse to not put that as a barf game. 'Cause I really don't want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Come on, man. Can we get an Assassin's Creed game, please? I will pick the shortest
I put Black
one
Flag
for
on
you.
there, and you did not campaign hard
And it
enough.
always gets voted off. No one wants to throw me a bone. I don't care about your Alan Wakes and like what was the last time? Was it Alan Wake or like some dumb game? I don't care. Please, Assassin's Creed, dude. I need an excuse to gush.
I'll give everyone a
And just
Destiny
like
2
me with
update.
Hitman, I'll put Hitman on there every month, and it will never, ever, ever win. It will never
nobody
I'm
happen.
actually about to play Hitman, the first new one.
I gotta play 2. Oh, the first one's really good.
It was on PS
really
Plus,
good.
so everyone has it.
Yeah, I missed the
In the
second
world.
one on
Done.
That
unfortunately.
Sapienza level is fantastic.
I'll give a
One of my
Destiny 2
favorite
update
that I
game
can't
for
levels.
my.
I can't play that game because I need to go through the level perfectly, and if not, I have to restart it, and I just fucking.
Oh yeah, that's how you play it. That's how you do the game. And then when you
exhausting.
do figure it out and you do it perfectly, it's so satisfying.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
that's
great.
not good.
That sounds like an absolute nightmare. That sounds like the
No,
least
Pierre.
fun thing.
And it's like
in my
puzzle
mind.
solving
Oh.
as well, because you're like, oh, how do I get this speaker to fall on his big toe so that he screams, and then the scream causes a parrot to fly in his mouth, and then his butt falls on a pillow that has a poison dart on
I
it.
can't.
Like,
I can't think of
no.
anything worse than a forced stealth mission. Never mind a whole game based
Oh,
around
you don't
it.
have to play it stealth. You can go in guns blazing. You want to. That's super fun too, and
I
it's
won't fail the
hard if you
mission
do
or
it that
anything
way.
like that.
Well, you'll get points deducted at the end, but like if that's how you want to play it, it's a sandbox. You do however you want to. But like the best way to do it, there's like the Paris level. We're in this like mansion. There's like a fashion show happening on the first floor, and then there's this auction happening on the top floor of the mansion where they're auctioning off a hit list of spies, kind of like Mission Impossible. That like hit list of spies that leaked out, and you have to go in there and do the auction to get it. It is unbelievably satisfying to get up to that auction without being seen. Anyone knows you're there. Kill the target, hide her like in a closet, and then leave, and no one knows what happened. It's
That's pretty
so
cool.
satisfying. You like nail that down and get it to work. So
It
good.
sounds
did
fun
that
in
one.
theory. I just
And
don't know
that
if
was-
I'd actually like it.
That was fun, Holden. But the next mission, I could
Sapienza,
not do
yeah.
it. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, I don't know how to. Where do I go? Like, there's a key up here, but
Yeah.
this fucking his father gets mad at me or some shit, and like all the gods come and then I just die. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that one's tougher. It's really fun once you kind of figure out where to go and everything. The best part about that whole level, though, is that you can kill one of the guys by putting an explosive golf ball in his little tray of golf balls. So he hits it and then just blows up, and everyone's
Blows
like,
up.
"What happened?" And you just walk away, and no one knows it was you. I was the gardener. I was just a gardener. No one knows it's me.
Oh, actually, no, that's
Yeah,
not
Mo-
even the one I was thinking. I was thinking about the one where you're in the town. There's like a war going on, and you gotta like sneak through the gate.
Oh,
To
yeah, Marrakesh.
that one was like fuck.
That one's
After that one, but I did do the golf ball one. That shit was dope.
yeah, that was really awesome. Yeah,
Well,
Marrakesh is really tough.
My only thing with Hitman is like I feel like I'd play it linear and just get done with it and play each mission once, and I don't know if I would get the same enjoyment out of it that people would with like replaying levels because I'm not that type of guy. I guess.
no, you just replay the same missions over and over in Avengers. But at least they're the same
You-
exact missions over and over, not
yeah,
something with
you know-
variation every time.
I like playing the same exact thing so I know what I'm getting.
Perfect.
I mean, I can't laugh at that. I play Animal Crossing where I literally do the same exact thing
Yep.
every single day.
And transitioning over to Destiny 2, where we also play the same exact things every single week to get that pinnacle gear. This has
Exactly.
been
I
what
didn't
we've
buy
been
anything
working
this
towards
week.
all season. The season ends in a week, and so does your opportunity to beat a Grandmaster Strike. Grandmaster Nightfall Strike. Let me tell you, the Grandmaster Nightfall Strike has recently become a way to the Platinum Trophy after the Leviathan Prestige raid went away. And we had so much hope, and we worked all season to finally get to 1275 to be able to run this thing, and it was glorious. And we got it because we paid someone else to do it, because we got in there and died miserably over and over. You have limited
I didn't
revives.
say nobody do it. I don't have the
It
platinum.
was worthless. Yeah, Dallas does not have
I
the
have the
platinum.
platinum.
I
want
paid
that
a
platinum
person
so
in
bad.
China to run this for me at 4:00 in the morning. Thank God they did not delete everything that was on my character and spend all of my money in my wallet on my PlayStation and all that shit. So I have the platinum trophy. It was super worth it. I'm very happy. I'm very excited for next season. That's all I'm gonna say about Destiny 2. I've already said a bunch about Control. We loved it. Go listen to our Barf episode. Play it this month. And then here's a thing. Our good old friend Little Baby Matt told me about. Pokemon Ash Gray. I recently got a new Game Boy Advance. Not new, an old person's, not an old, a person's old Game Boy Advance. And I was looking for games to play on it, and I was like, what do I get? And Matt's like, you should get, there's these Pokemon games that are like fan mods. And so I have Pokemon Ash Gray as a fan mod that I've been playing, and it's like taking you through the anime, like step by step, everything that happens in the anime, like the Beedrills attacking Meridian City, and
That's really sick.
it's pretty cool. I just fought Brock in Pewter City, and the same thing happens. You go to fight him, you can't do it, and then this guy takes you to the hydroelectric plant and like not supersizes, but like supercharges your Pikachu, and you go back, and then you defeat Geodude, and it starts raining because the water sprinklers, just like in the anime, and then you're doing electric moves on Onyx, which normally doesn't work, but because you're fucking supercharged. It's cool. It's cool. It's a little bit like, because of its style, it's based on Fire Red and Leaf Green on Game Boy Advance. Because of the style of the game, it's hard to like faithfully represent them as you would see in the anime. But like outside of a few points of dialogue and following a little sprite around, like it's interesting the way that they handle it. So I'll proceed a little bit more in that game. It even goes through the movie, like the first movie with Mewtwo and the clones and all that shit, and Pikachu and Ash dying and Pikachu bringing him back to life. So I'll stick with it.
It's a super nostalgic art style, though. That's a really good art style for Pokemon, like the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Leaf Green, Fire Red one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Holden, what'd you play?
Don't
Believe
ask
it or
him.
not, Animal Crossing. I played some Animal Crossing.
You have a
this
video
week.
out.
Yeah, I have a video out. I made a video of my island, a little island tour. I'm happy with how the island has turned out. I got some ideas for Phase 4. I actually have a new arrangement in my town plaza now because I want to try to grow the black lilies as fast as possible. So I'm kind of, my island isn't as pretty now in that area because I dug up a bunch of empty spots so I can get those black lilies in there faster because I'm impatient. I just want it to happen. And I'm not going to buy them on Nookazon because I'm kind of done with the Nookazon for right now. I just want to like play the game the way God intended that you play Animal Crossing.
You've reached that point of the pandemic
so
where
I'm
you're
doing
like,
that, but
I've DoorDashed too many times this week. I'm going to start cooking my own food.
True.
And then I also just randomly decided to play Game Dev Story. I think I've talked about this game before. If not, I'd be surprised, actually. It's a mobile game by a developer named Cariosoft, and they basically just make the same style game over and over and over and over again, which is actually kind of ironic based on something I'll explain in a second. But basically, the game is that you are running in this like 8-bit kind of simulation, 16-bit simulation of a game studio, and you hire employees, you can fire employees, you have to make games and invest in certain areas to make better games, and the goal is basically to make as much money as you can in 20 years. And I very proud of myself because I demolished my goal, like my previous high score, which was like 60 million. And the problem is that I kept putting so much money into advertising my games. But when I reach a certain popularity level in the game, I could just release my games with no advertising at all, and they would still sell super fucking well.
Kojima.
So I ended up making $1.9 billion this time, and it was just a huge improvement. It was fucking dope. And I made a console that had the highest market share, which is exciting. And I won like the best game award like 4 times, which is really hard to do. I just fucking knocked it out of the park this time. And
I'm so proud of
I kind
you.
of want to do it again. It's such a fun game. Here's the thing, though, is it's not even like really, it's not even great. I don't know what it is. There's just something intangible about it that draws me to it. It's really fun. The ironic part I just realized, though, while talking about the game, when you make the same style of game over and over and over again, so if you make like an action game, and then the next time you make an action game, and then an action game, even if you're changing it to like a ninja action game or a pirate action game, it'll still just say, oh, you're losing fans because you're making the same game over and over again. They've released 30 of like the same exact game. It's like, instead of a game studio, you have a mall instead, or this time you're running a go-kart team, or a Grand Prix team, or you're running a hot spring, but it's the same exact style of gameplay every single time. So I did stop playing them after a while, so they were onto something there. They just didn't apply it to their business. Anyway, it's a good game. I think people should check it out. It's like $3-4 on iOS, I think.
Can I ask a question?
Play, I think there's a free demo on Switch.
Oh, is there? Yeah. Oh, it's on Switch now too. Cool.
One of my favorite
I
things
might get it on
about
Switch.
like a Sim City is where you could like build up the city and decide what you want to be and power and all that kind of stuff, and then you could destroy it with aliens or tornadoes or whatever. Can you like build up your game studio and then like release a Cyberpunk and completely tank it?
So yeah, you can ship a game way before. You could load it up like I don't know if you can purposely load it up with bugs, but you could release it when it's still super buggy. There's just if you want to make money in the game, you know it's best not to do that. And I kept wanting to, but I'm like, no. My valuation is too high. I'm not going to risk it now. I'm going to get my top score. It just kept going. But maybe I should do that. Just like absolutely make a terrible studio.
Matt, what'd you play this week?
I mean, it's been said. I played Valhalla, which has been fun. The most recent thing I did was this like Viking couple. Their love life was on the downhill, and so they wanted me to like while they were like making out on a bench inside their house, like break everything in the house and then burn the house down with them inside it, which is honestly the most metal thing I've ever done in a game. So it's got
That's
me
Viking.
for at least 20 more hours for
That
sure.
world event's really good. There's a lot
it's-
like that.
It was such a weird.
There's a few
it
of
was such
them
a-
in there that are real good. Like
Yeah, that was some cool shit. So yeah,
There's-
I like that, and I've been playing the shit out of Destiny too. I think I'm in the groove, and I think Dallas and Chad would agree that we're in the groove. We're like, this is a game that we'll probably play all the time forever until it's no longer Destiny 2. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the pacing of the seasons is so good where we, the first few weeks of a new season, we try and grind out the quote unquote battle pass, the leveling pass. And then you get to the point, you want to get all that, the usual stuff done every week so you can get all the high level gear. And then like we were trying to do the Grand Master, but it almost like it's perfect. And then next week, there's going to be it's next week, right?
Yeah.
February 8th.
I still think we could have
It's
done
going to
that
be a new
Grandmaster.
season.
We had like
It's-
one more
I
week
don't
and we
know
all
about
got if we all got to 1300 or whatever the max is.
We were gaining like 2 points of power a
Dude.
week.
Yeah.
We could have got it done. I think we could.
I mean, we could always try it next season again too. We
can.
can try it when it's
yeah.
a higher level. But
although we grinded
see
the
if we
shit out
can-
of the season and we got there fast.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
You know, I
But
was
it's
just
just-
telling
it's just
Dallas
so
the other
great.
day that I was excited for the new season to start because we're underleveled, so we don't have to worry about grinding pinnacle gear. So like the shit we
Yeah.
would have done for pinnacle, like prophecy and stuff like that, we don't have to do that anymore until we get to like max level. And then we can now go do other things like the dungeon in Dreaming City that we haven't done yet, or the Last Wish raid, or like stuff that we don't have to worry about doing pinnacle gear right now. We can revisit.
Right.
It's gonna be so good.
Instead of wasting
Fucking
time.
love that game.
Right.
And
not
I-
wasting time.
I also feel like that I've graduated in the game. Like
Snobs. They're snobs.
I was explaining to my brother-in-law, who has never played Destiny before, and I was just sitting there I was with him yesterday, and I was just explaining to him like what we've been doing and the game and everything, and I was explaining to him, I'm like, when I first started, like none of this shit that I just explained to you, mods and leveling, didn't matter. Like it was all just like the most basic parts of the game is what I was playing when it first came out.
Just the parkour in
and
the
then
tower.
when we got back, what?
Just the parkour in the tower. That's all you did.
Just the parkour on the tower. And then when we got back into it last Halloween, not this 2019 Halloween, we started getting into like the more advanced stuff, and I feel like now I'm playing a different game than what I used to play, but I had fun with it then and I'm having fun with it now, but I'm on a new like plane of existence.
Yep.
In Destiny 2. And I can't wait. I wish I could have picked the Witch Queen for the draft because I'm super excited for that, and like that would have been awesome, but I know it's an expansion. But and Stasis is dope. Like it's been so good.
I'm so happy.
and I have the
was
platinum
so
now because
let
I
down
paid
by
someone to do it.
Stasis right off the bat, but then after getting all those fragments and aspects and like tuning it to what you want it to be, it's just like Stasis fucking rocks.
I would love for them to wipe all the other subclasses and have us unlock new abilities in other subclasses like we're doing with Stasis. And I know that they're planning to do something like that, like how you get fragments and things like that. I think that'd be really cool to discover other subclasses. Because I feel like they don't. I mean, I could go into it forever, but like like when you talk about trees, top tree, middle tree, bottom tree, for the different subclasses, a lot of times like we didn't know, we didn't even know what was happening in there because everything was just there for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in discovering stuff, you kind of like you learn more
Yeah,
about the subclass,
Exactly.
and
You didn't get to discover what how much more powerful you get by getting this fragment and aspect. This is just like read it, and you gotta try and board. Yeah.
Well, it's something that they've been adding to. Like I recently found out Forsaken, the expansion. Sorry, Holden and Brent. We'll talk about other things in a second. But Forsaken,
Destiny.
They introduced middle trees in Forsaken. Like all of those supers and extra abilities, like those were not a thing before Forsaken. I was like, oh, so they could continue to add things in coming expansions, and I hope they do.
I think that'd be cool. And I hope we get a new dark ability in the Witch Queen. I don't know if that's something that's coming definitely, but
God, I hope it does.
I sure hope it does. But yeah, Destiny 2, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla. And I also downloaded the Mafia remake, the first Mafia game. Never played those games, but they have been recommended to me over the years many, many times, and I never wanted to go back and play the old games. So the remaster looks pretty dope. I know, Dallas, you played it? Or you played the new one?
I played the second and the third one. I never played the first one. But the second one was fucking sick.
It has to be played in a certain order, because I think I have the third one.
You don't know. Well, so the first and the second, I think, kind of is a bit of a continuation in the story. And there's a character from the main character in the second one is a character in the third one. So I guess you'll lose a little bit of that, but you don't have to play the other two to play the third, in my opinion. I never played the first one, so I don't know what coordination second. I love the second one, and the third one's. I thought it was underrated. I had a blast. It was very repetitive at times, but. I love that time period and the music. Marsville, Link plays a fucking badass. So I think it's a great game, except for the repetitive. Very go to the same area 4 times. It's
I forgot to mention.
Jeez, how do you play Destiny 2 then?
Fair. That's
in Destiny 2, I just get to go in with my fucking. Nuts out, shoot shit out of it. In Mafia, I gotta be all silent. It's kind of
true. I also played the Scott Pilgrim game, which was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, the re-release.
It's really dope. I have it on PC. I want to get it on PlayStation and get the platinum, but it was really fun.
Does it have crossplay, cross save, cross buy?
I'm not sure. It says something about Ubisoft Connect with syncing achievements, but it always says failed. So I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Let's move on to our quest log. We've got some news to talk about today. Oh man, we are an hour and a half in. What's up, everybody? We're gonna start with our Sony quest log and then jump into our fetch quests. We'll wrap up with a game. Sony quest log. First thing is the dopest PlayStation Plus in recent memory. PlayStation Plus games for February 2021 announced, says Adam Bankhurst at IGN. We have Destruction All-Stars for PS5. We have Control Ultimate Edition coming to PS4 and PS5. And we have Concrete Genie on PS4. What a fucking month, y'all. First of all, Destruction All-Stars will be our game in the week that we're playing on Game Night for patrons at patreon.com/respawn-aim-fire. Thursday, I'm dying. Control, poorly timed. That's now free for everyone after we've already played it for Barf. But good news is Barf exists in perpetuity, and you can always go back and watch it after you've played the game. And then Concrete Genie, I think, was an underplayed game that was fantastic. And if you can get through the third hour or so, it wraps up in a really cool way. So
I think I'm most excited for that.
Yeah,
I wanted to play that, especially after you played
for Concrete Genie.
I am excited for Control Ultimate Edition, except for the next story, which kind of puts a damper on that one.
Yeah, what a weird extra piece of shitty news from Remedy Entertainment. Control Ultimate Edition's lack of save transfers and PS Plus announcement has upset fans, says Joe Scrabbles at IGN. So we all know Control, when it came out, you could buy it, and then it had 2 pieces of DLC, you could buy them. And then last year they announced Control Ultimate Edition, which is all of that content, but you don't get it for free if you already bought that content. But it does come with a PS5 upgrade for free. So everyone's like, oh, fine, I'll rebuy the Ultimate Edition, maybe. Or a bunch of people are like, cool, I'll hop in with the Ultimate Edition. Especially 2 weeks ago, it was on sale for half off. And we're like, cool, I'll get it on PS4. It'll be on PS5. I'll continue playing it. Turns out that if you started that on PS4, your save does not carry over because of the way that data is being worked on the new architecture, something like that. Some bullshit excuse they gave in there. So your save data does not transfer over from the PS4 to the PS5 version. So I saved a lot of the side quests from my most recent playthrough. It's like, cool, I'll play the main story for Barf, and then I'll like see what the rest of it looks like with ray tracing and 60 frames a second and shit like that. But got to start all of that over a third time now. Not upset, because that game's fucking dope.
The reason is like odd. I was just happened to see this on Twitter earlier today, where one of the engineers said that they did their engine for next gen, and that reworking the engine basically retooled how it handles data and file saving, which like I think that's a good move considering it's probably related to the menu problems that Dane was talking about and loading up menus and accessing files that way. But at the same time, that I feel like you should do that for your next game, not a new version of your game on the same ecosystem of consoles. It just seems like a kind of a poor long-term move. But
you know what I really feel they should have done in this situation is just not release the Ultimate Edition on PS4. Just, you can buy the game, you can buy the DLC on PS4, and then Ultimate Edition is a PS5 upgrade. And that would have solved a lot of the problems. People wouldn't have bought it a half off 2 weeks ago with no refunds in sight right now, and people wouldn't be upset when they bought this expecting a PS5 upgrade, not knowing that their save wouldn't carry over as well. Like Spider-Man, for instance, Spider-Man PS4. At first, they were like, your save's not going to carry over to the PS5 upgrade. And people were like, oh, that fucking sucks. But also, kind of, I get it. But Ultimate Edition, they had their opportunity to fix that. And they just shouldn't have released that.
It's all money. They just wanted to make more money. It's
greedy fucks.
It's the only reason they did that. Because it's like the same reason. What was it? You get the point. There was something else, but I can't remember what it was. We get the point.
There's a new State of Play this week. PlayStation State of Play goes in depth with Destruction All-Stars. It was like 7 minutes, and it was just Destruction All-Stars. And I'm not going to go through this whole list of things, but there are several types of game modes. There are ones where you're trying to do as much damage as you can. There are some where you're trying to collect as many coins as you can and get them to a tornado in the middle of the arena. You can do car combat. You have abilities as people outside of cars. It looks fucking dope. Are you guys pumped for this? Because I know, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. Like, I know I had purchased it right at launch, and then it got delayed. Delayed. Matt, I think you did too, right? Like, I was so pumped for this game, but $70 was a lot. Yeah, I'm really excited to try. Does anyone else get a chance to watch this 7-minute thing?
Yeah, it looked really sick.
Yeah, it looks like...
I want to see that. It looks like a lot of fun. Might go for that plat.
Yeah, now that I've seen more, I'm more optimistic about it. Because like before, I had that like 1-2 minute trailer, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to put $70 down based on like that 2-minute trailer. Just me personally. But this like looks like a lot more fun. There's single player content too, which I guess is fine. But the online mode itself just looks like it's going to be fantastic. If it is as good as what they showed off. I don't think the developers ever made an online game though, and this seems to be like a very hectic online game. So I'm curious how that ends up playing out. I wonder if there's a reason that it's free for PlayStation Plus users, which you'll need PlayStation Plus to play the game to begin with. So basically no one will buy this game. I think you need PlayStation Pluses. I'm assuming that, but I'm pretty confident you do. Yeah, so I'm excited to play it, excited to try it out. But I do have a little bit of hesitation about like how well the online might work. We'll see. But overall, the gameplay itself does look really cool.
Yeah, the single player content, I'm curious whenever they delayed it, how much of this changed. Because it was going to cost $70, which I assume was then just like $70 flat. You wouldn't have to pay for anything outside of it. But they talked about the single player challenges, which are you choose a character in a car and then you like go through the short little like story mission with that person. And there's going to be a few at launch and they're going to release more. But it said that those are unlockable with like the premium currency, which you can pay real money for. Or later in the year, they're going to release like a bounty system, like a daily and weekly bounties that you can earn that money with as well.
Transactions is for the single player?
There are two types of currency in the game, like ones that you can do through in-game events, and then one that's like a paid currency that you can use to unlock emotes and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure I heard when they said unlockable with the premium currency, you can unlock single-player challenges for each character. So I'm wondering if that was like a way saying, now that the game is out for free, how do we continue to make money down the road in addition to that kind of content? So curious how that ends up going too. End of the Sony Quest log. Moving on to third party. AMD expects PS5, Xbox, and PC chip shortages through the first half of 2021, says Adam Bankhurst at IGN. They basically just said, yeah, we're struggling to keep up with demand. And they power the chips in all of the next gen consoles. So we're going to have some restricted consoles for the next, at least the first half of the year, probably throughout the rest of the year as well. Thank God we all got the consoles we already want. So this story doesn't really matter at all because everyone else, you're on your own. But
Jesus.
Well said.
Does this surprise anybody?
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's.
Got old.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they were saying that they were constrained based on the supply they were or the demand they were expecting, but I guess it's kind of almost like there was more demand than they were expecting. So I'm curious how much of this is that they couldn't actually make the chips versus it was like, oh wow, more people want PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's than we had assumed. I'm curious, like kind of because they were kind of vague about it. But yeah, it's not surprising that there's going to be constrained on parts for brand new consoles. I feel like that's to be expected, especially since these are higher end chips and they're putting in new consoles than they have done in the past with like the Jaguar chips and the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, it does suck. Like, I'm not too familiar with the shortages, like how easily you could buy a PS4 and Xbox One, but like it does kind of suck that like it's going to be towards the second half of the year of like when you could maybe like probably towards holidays when you could walk into a store and like buy a console. So I don't want to say it's unprecedented, but it is like, dang, like this first year is like early adopters only essentially. So like it does kind of suck. So it's
for
like,
everyone else but us, as Chad pointed out earlier.
so it's
I'm
like
so glad
I
I
don't
got
know
one.
I don't know if that's gonna
All
affect
right.
like game releases and stuff.
I think I would have broke and bought a scalped one, like
same.
like a crazy priced PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I honestly think I'm so glad I got one when I did.
So I take
Crazy.
work meetings in this room with my PS5 behind me, and everyone's like, how did you get that PlayStation 5? Oh my God, that's a real power move, just showing that off in the back of your meetings all the time. And it's just like, they're like, I'm looking for one for my kid. I'm looking for one for me. I can't, how did you do it? And it's like, to not have that stress 24/7 for months, it was so worth the one miserable night of pre-orders in order to make sure that happened.
Yeah.
You are Charlie and Willy Wonka running with a golden ticket. Everyone's like, I'll pay you $1,000 for it.
And you're like, fuck you, I want to
You're
eat
just
chocolate.
running away back home.
I'm a little bit surprised that that the demand is high enough. I guess maybe that they weren't expecting to make as many, which rings true to what they just said. But like the demand is high enough for consoles that are this expensive compared to like the Wii. Like the Wii had shortages for over a year like this, but it was also like a much cheaper console than what PlayStation 5 and Series X are. So like I'm surprised that they're not able to keep up with that demand despite them being in some cases double the price.
I wonder how much of that is just that video games have kind of become so much bigger in the past in terms of like becoming mainstream, becoming more accepted as like a legitimate form of entertainment that's not just for the dorks kind of thing. I feel like a lot of that has happened in the past few years with a lot of the games we saw come out in the last generation and kind of proving how artful games can be. I wonder if that kind of changed things a little bit and people are like, oh yeah, I'd spend $500 for a console because the entertainment is worth it now. I wonder how much that's a factor. There's no way to know. It's just
And we're all
conjecture,
grown up.
but
We all got more money.
More money, more
like,
problems.
That's probably
Stimulus
actually
checks.
more prominent than what I just said. Absolutely.
Listen, a
Making it
check.
rain, stimulus checks.
Give me that stimmy. All right, let's run through these fetch quests. We've got some, then we'll do a game on game show. We'll wrap up. Fetch quest starting with everyone's favorite game, Dallas. How do you feel about Halo Infinite Team providing monthly updates on development with a new post this week?
I about it first. Thanks for this. Thanks, podcast.
Bro, I don't know why you hate Halo so much, dude.
It's garbage, dude.
Listen,
I'd rather
listen,
just
listen.
let me play Destiny instead. It's fucking Halo, but 20 times better.
In August of 2020, Dallas told Chad and I that he would not play Destiny 2.
It's true.
Would not. Refused.
Did I say I would
we
not?
We dragged
Or did I
him
say I don't
screaming and
want to?
kicking.
You know what it was?
We'll
Well, I was
see.
playing
He was
Warzone.
jealous.
He's playing like a real man's
over there.
That's the
He was
space
jealous over there
noodle-
playing
noodlies.
Warzone by himself,
Lazy.
and you and I were out there getting shit, and he was just jealous of the attention we were giving each other, and he wanted in on it. And then
You don't think that's going to happen with Halo?
that's
I am
what we
glad
need
that
to
y'all
do.
moved away from
Us
Warzone.
four, Holden can do whatever he wants, but Brent and you and me at least need to play through all the Halo
Wow, I
campaigns
just got,
before
like-
Infinite comes out, and then Dallas is going to be like,
Dude,
"Well, I
why
want to play."
haven't we?
Right?
I just got low-key uninvited to Halo Infinite.
Well, I knew you weren't going to be interested in it, and your Xbox is not plugged in or whatever. But
Well,
Mine's not plugged in.
Chad and I played through Reach.
yep, we played through Reach in like 2 nights.
Yep.
I want to play through the first
Kinda.
one soon. I was gonna do it myself. Y'all should hop on.
That's next. Yep, let's do it.
I need an Xbox again. I don't have an Xbox anymore.
Oh, that's right. You know they're going to
Did you
be
get a Series X?
delayed
I got
or
a
like
Series
scarce
X.
for
I
the
got a
next 6
Series
months.
S. I didn't even take it out of the Walmart box. I put it right on eBay and sold it.
probably
didn't even,
smart.
Didn't even open it. Because I just like it was a knee jerk reaction. It came up on Twitter. This is available. Oh shit! I got it thinking like maybe I could give it to my brother because my brother plays nothing but Xbox, and I figured he's been playing with the big VCR one forever. And so I was like, oh, I'll give him this. But then I remembered like he gets everything in disc, so this would be useless for him. And so I gave my Series X, my Xbox One X instead. Sold the Series S on eBay. It didn't make that much on it, and I'm just gonna wait for the X. And
You
then I'll
got
get that.
that huge, massive TV that a Series S would be an absolute waste on it. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely get the Series
yeah.
X.
Yeah, it really was never for me. It just looks like a knee jerk, like, oh shit, it's in stock, buy, and then I didn't really think much after that.
I want one at some point, but that's like when I have disposable income and I'm like, okay, I just want the consoles this gen. It's like I'll buy a $300 Series S, but that's not like anywhere right now.
Dude, just buy one share
I
of
do-
GME tomorrow morning and then sell it on Thursday.
Hey. Now you're cooking with fire.
I gotta say I caution against that. But anyway,
We are not financial advisors,
Um,
but that don't know.
we're not gonna do it. It just dropped really hardcore in after hours trading. I think it might be done. But anyway,
No, that's, you have not
the,
read about the
um,
naked shorts. You've not read about the naked shorts.
That's what they want you
I
to think.
have read about the naked
Don't
shorts.
buy the silver.
to the moon.
Don't buy silver.
I bought 2 more shares this morning.
I can't buy GME. I just put 1,000 in Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, baby.
Nice.
Dogecoin, baby.
Love it.
Anyway, go back to Series X though. Someone heard you say that, Matt, about just like buying one online, and was like, "Fuck you, Matt," because I wanted to get one and couldn't get one, and you were just like, "I don't know, should I
scalping
get
mother-
it? I guess I'll get
Hey,
it."
user Matt3786 on eBay. Come buy my shit.
And a
if you
doll.
want
Go
it.
get a doll
Buy
while
my
you're there.
porcelain
Come
dolls.
at me. Come at me strong with a big offer, and maybe you'll get one.
Scalp.
Even though
I'm
you literally
scalping,
sold the
baby.
only one you had.
I'm scalping, baby.
Speaking of shit no one cares about, Biomutant gets a May release date, says Daniel Tack, Game Informer. Biomutant's that like Rocket Raccoon ripoff that looks edgy and has been supposed to come out for 3 years.
yeah.
It's coming out now on May 25th.
Yeah.
for
It looks
PS4,
kinda cool.
Xbox One,
With
and
the
PC.
sludge.
The sludge. Yep.
It's made by the guys. It was made by developers who worked on Just Cause and started a new studio. That could be really like chaotic and interesting.
How many
I'm
games of
curious to
Just
see how
Cause
that
did you
plays out.
play in like?
I haven't played any of them, but I know they're
Exactly.
hectic and crazy, and they do pretty well.
3 and 4 were
critically.
good.
Why didn't you pick Biomutant
played a
for
little
your
bit of
list of
3.
games to draft?
Because there's other games I was more confident in.
Hey, that's right.
But it was on the list.
Speaking of other
I know
games that
Biomutant
aren't
existed.
eligible, Lord of the Rings Gollum has been delayed to 2022, says PD Oneto at IGN.
This screwed me over on the fantasy league I did on GG. That was like one of my first picks was Gollum. So I'm done on that one. I'm
Rip.
done.
Yep. This one's still
It might
again,
have saved you, if anything. I don't think that's going to be that great.
still
That's
coming
also
in
facts.
2022 for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch and PC. Another delay. Housemarque's Returnal has been pushed back, but only to April 30th, says Chris Moyes at Destructoid. They just want this to be polished. Like my knob. 18 million subscribers for Xbox Game Pass, says Alex Calvin at PC Games Insider. That's like, what, like maybe a little under half of all Xbox One generation owners have one now? pretty dope. I still have it right now, even though I don't literally ever play anything.
Played anything in months.
Yep.
Grounded,
Brent,
last thing.
you don't even have an Xbox hooked up, Dallas. Yours is in a closet somewhere. Could be.
I haven't even turned on my Xbox since I got my new TV setup. It's plugged in, haven't even turned it on.
Yeah, the only time I turn my Xbox on is when my foot accidentally touches it when I'm laying on the ground gaming.
Xbox sucks. Just kidding. It's gonna get there. Marvel's Avengers War Table next War Table introduces Hawkeye and Next Gen, says Ricky Fretch at DualShockers. I believe, this is the day before my birthday. So I don't even need to say the date because I know everyone knows my birthday and they're planning to wish me a happy birthday on February 17th. So this will come out the 16th. Brent.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah? You think this is going to get us back in?
Go. Dude, yeah. Dude, bro.
How many upgrade modules?
Maestro, they showed... Okay, dude, I need upgrade modules. I hate those. Dude, they showed like him in the background of the... Maestro, I think is the name. Like the really like God Hulk, whatever. Like, they showed him in that picture of the Hawkeye DLC. Future Imperfect, I think it is. I'm so hyped. Also, I posted on Twitter. I retweeted Bill Roseman's tweet, and he liked it. So I think I might get paid soon for, like, being the spokesman for this game. I have this joke in my Discord server. Like, they changed my name to Avengers spokesman. So, like, every time I join call with them, like, hey, have you heard of this, like, 4-player co-op MMO game starring your favorite Avengers? And I get kicked out immediately. Like we joke about how they don't pay me for like sponsoring this game all the time. I've gotten their player base up to like 10 people. I've gotten like a few of my friends to buy the game from GameFly for like $12.
Just reminds me of your Jimmy John's spokesperson rant you went on the other day. So good. This one caught my
Kicking
attention.
rant only at Jimmy John's.
Mario plus Rabbids on people's minds after Twitter account name change. So the @Rabbids official temporarily swapped its name to Mario Rabbids and then back. What do you think it means? That game was fucking dope.
Crazy.
I hope it means there's a new one coming out. It's a really good game.
I hope Luigi dabs again.
I hope there's more Donkey Kong Rabbid throwing nanners.
Dude, Donkey Kong's my favorite. Hey, who you guys think's gonna win, Godzilla or King Kong?
I have to call out Asa Gray's tweet because it was amazing. They'll stop fighting because they realize both their mother's names is Martha.
Great tweet. A+ tweet.
Absolute A+ tweet.
S tier tweet right there. For sure. Godzilla, by the way.
Dude, it's
I want
Kong.
Kong. Yeah.
Godzilla.
I don't think he's gonna win, but I want him.
Kong literally has hands. He could just like beat Godzilla up. Godzilla's like little lizard arms. Get out of here, Godzilla. King Kong's just gonna bash his skull in.
Okay,
Yeah,
whoa,
but
whoa, whoa.
Godzilla can
all
shoot
Godzilla
fire out
has
his
to do
mouth.
is reprise.
Yeah,
Yeah, shoot the fire in his mouth. Yeah, all he has to do is reprise that move. King Kong's done.
Did you see what Kong
It's
did in the
over.
trailer?
Guys.
It didn't care that he was
Guys.
shooting a laser. He literally
too
just
caught
like
up.
deflected it.
You're too caught up in Godzilla and King Kong. We all know this movie's going to be about the military and all of the conflict going on within the military itself on the battleships, and no one's going to
Yeah.
give a fuck about Godzilla and King Kong in this movie.
So yeah, it's
It's
either
gonna be
gonna
a
end.
comedy where just like monsters are fighting in the background.
It's gonna end
It's
with
like, I don't know if I can meet your parents. I'm so nervous about it. And then just like monsters beating each other up.
It's gonna
That's what
end
it's
with
gonna
Kong winning. They both fight Mecha Godzilla, or Godzilla is Mecha Godzilla. I'm making my bets now. Anyway, it's not about
He, like,
video games, but this is
unzips and he's
better
a
than the
robot.
Mario Rabbids nudes. Like
Death
they changed their
Stranding.
Twitter account. Okay.
Death Stranding rumor suggests a potential expanded release for PS4 and PS5, says Ryan Meitzer, DualShockers. Someone on Reset Era claimed that there's a new version of Death Stranding. It's going to have some extra content coming to both consoles and will be available as a paid upgrade for anyone who already has Death Stranding. This same person, Navtra, Navtra, sounds sensual, also leaked some Final Fantasy 16 stuff on his exclusivity. Also claims there was a PS5 patch for Last of Us Part 2, but might not be happening. Death Stranding. Matt, I know you've beat it. Dallas, I know you want to beat it in the future. The rest of
Yeah.
us don't care about it. What does this
Hey,
do?
it's
Does
a
this
good
tickle your
game.
peen?
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited for more content. For the only thing is though, I don't want to have to replay the whole game. I like the game. I don't feel like I need to replay that experience to get more out of it.
Yeah.
More content, new content will be fun, and I hope that my save will transfer over so I can eventually get the platinum. It's just grindy stuff at this point, So, but if they can bump it up for PS5 or whatever they do for the PS5 version, that'd be cool. I'd definitely be into going back and playing that. The only way I have it right now is on disc for my PS4. So, I'll probably get it digitally for the PS5.
Sell your disc while it's worth something.
No, it's actually sitting right in front of me. I got my Death Stranding PS4 Pro hooked up to my computer.
Did you ever get your controller working, your baby controller?
No, the baby controller doesn't work. The thumbstick's still broken, and I haven't mustered up the courage to try and actually desolder the joystick and replace it. So, but eventually, I'll just leave it as a display.
I will give a plug for another podcast. Matt Jerica from JK Games. She mentioned yesterday that she would love to talk about Death Stranding with somebody. Who's like, oh, I know Matt's beat it, and he's waiting for Dallas to beat it so that he could talk about it with somebody. You might have a crossover opportunity.
I want to beat it
Absolutely.
soon. What I played was great.
Hit me up. Yeah, hit me up, Jerick. I would love to talk. I need to talk about the end. That's why I'm waiting for Dallas to finish it. It's
I have to finish Valhalla first.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for the JK Games podcast.
Yeah, do a spoiler chat.
If I'm so lucky to be
Games.
on. Yeah.
That's it, everyone. That is all for our quest log. All the news in the world. We're going to wrap up this podcast the same way we do every night, taking over the world with Game On Game Show. The Game On Game Show, we play a game called Game On. The Game On Game Show, game. We got a new game, boys. Woo-hoo! This game is called Subtitles, Turn Me On. Subtitles Turn Me On is a 3-round game. It is a Jeopardy style in the fact that you all have to raise your hand and make a noise, and I have to call on whoever raises their hand first. In fact, here's how we're gonna play it. You're gonna have your hands on your desk in front of you. I'm going to prompt you with something. When you think you have the answer, move wildly. Whoever moves first, I will call on. And you'll have the opportunity to get the answer. If you guess an answer correct, you get a point. If you get an answer incorrect, or you cannot guess it, and you have raised your hands like Kermit Frog, you lose a point. If you raise your hands like Miss Piggy, you remain neutral. So there are 3 rounds of this, all having to do with subtitles in different types of ways for video games. The first one, you are trying to guess titles of game subscription services. Okay. I'm going to give you the company that makes the subscription service. You give me the title of the subscription service. An example would be if I said Microsoft. You would flail your arms and you would say Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Live. And Matt flailed his arms. I would say Matt, and you would give me the correct answer. So here we go. We have 6 things in this category of subtitles turn me on. The first one, hands on your desk, everyone's in an even playing field. EA. Holden.
EA Play.
EA Play is correct. Holden has 1 point. Keep track of your own points. I don't really care who wins, but I'm sure you do. Next up, Amazon. Holden.
Luna.
Amazon Luna. That's correct. That's correct. Holden has 2 points. Number 3, hands on your desk. Google. Matt.
Stadia.
Google Stadia is correct. 1 point for Matt. Number 4 is Ubisoft. Brent.
Uplay Plus.
Uplay Plus is correct. 1 point for Brent. 2 more. Dallas, your opportunity to get on the board here. Apple. Brent, you're first.
Was it Apple TV Plus?
No, I'm sorry. That is incorrect. You lose your point. Dallas. Chance to
Oh, wait,
steal.
no, I was
Apple
thinking
Arcade.
movies.
Apple Arcade is correct. Dallas is on the board. Brent, you have 0 points.
Damn.
Last one. Hands on your table. Stop jerking off. NVIDIA. Brent.
Oh, wait, I don't... Is it GeForce Now?
It is
No,
GeForce Now. You won your point back.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Sick.
Round
I
1
didn't
is
know that was
complete.
paid.
It doesn't have to be... I guess there is a free tier of it, yeah. So here we go. We have Holden has 2, Brent has 1, Dallas has 1, Matt has 1. Moving into round 2. This round of subtitles turn me on. I'm going to give you a character in a game who has been subbed out for the main character for part or all of the game. So perhaps a franchise or even just an individual game, you might expect a certain character to be your main playable character, and then suddenly partway through the game, or maybe in the second installment, another character is suddenly playable and subbed in their place. I'm going to name the character. You have to tell me the game that it comes from. Exact installment, not just the franchise, the exact installment. You don't have to get the name perfect, but you have to at least tell me, like, it's the second or the fourth or whatever it is. Here we go. This one has 8, and they will get progressively... Actually, they're all about the same difficulty to the last one. Hands on your desk. First character is Raiden. Dallas.
Metal Gear Solid, the second one.
Yes, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Absolutely correct.
Sons of Liberty.
So you are at 2 points now, Dallas. Hands on your desk. Second one is Ezio. Brent.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed 2, that's right. You're dope. Man, I'm really surprised you got that one.
Yeah, it was just a lucky guess, really.
Next up is...
Like, this didn't help at all.
Hands on your desk. Nero. Hold it.
Oh. I know the franchise. I don't know the specific game, so I have to be careful here. Is it Devil May Cry 4?
It is Devil May Cry 4. Congratulations. You have point number 3.
Damn.
I
Dang.
only knew the franchise. I totally guessed on that one. That was close.
All right. Hands on your desk. We're on number 4.
Neither have I. I played like 15 minutes of Devil May Cry 5, and
They're fun.
it was fine.
Devil May Cry 5 was completely underplayed.
Bad platinum, though.
Ellie. Matt.
Last of Us Part 2?
Incorrect.
Oh,
Oh,
Dallas.
shit.
The Last of Us, Part 1.
The Last of Us. Absolutely, yes. How many points is that for you, Dallas, now? 3? Holden's got 3. You've got 3. Brent, you're at what?
2.
And Matt, you just lost a point, so you're down to 0?
Nothing. At 0 points.
Son of a beach. All right. Number 5. The Arbiter. Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. That'd be Halo 3.
Incorrect. You lost a point.
Fuck.
Holden.
I hate Halo. Fucking
Halo 2.
Halo 2 is correct.
Damn.
All right. Holden, you stole a
I knew it
point
was
from
2.
Dallas. Up to 4. Dallas at 2. 3 more to go in this category. This one is Delson. Holden.
Infamous Second Son.
Correct. Up to 5. Man, you're beating everybody's pantaloons.
Killing.
I don't play games.
Just
You might play
Assassin's
this
Creed.
one.
Just Avengers.
The character is Miles Morales. Brent.
I think this is a trick question. Is it the first Spider-Man 2018?
It is the first Spider-Man 2018 game. Yes, correct. This one, I might have to give you all a hint. The character is Cassie. Cassie.
I don't play games.
I have no idea who Cassie is.
This one is someone's surprise daughter.
Father of the Bride.
Cassie.
You play as this character in the epilogue of this game. Holden.
I'm shot in the dark here. Is that Uncharted 4: A Thief's End?
That is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, yes. Congratulations.
The
Damn.
epilogue gave me the hint.
What are the scores now,
didn't
Holden? You're
beat
at
that
6,
game.
right?
Maybe, yeah.
Perfect. Great. Matt, you're at none. That's all we care about.
0.
Dallas is at 2. Brent, you're at you're 2, right?
3.
3?
3. Miles
Nice.
Morales got me up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, final round. This one is 10 total, which means anybody can come back and win. These are games with subtitles. Round 3 of subtitles turn me on. And by subtitle, I mean the part after the colon in the title. So I'm going to name the subtitle. You have to name the franchise. You don't have to name whether it was the second or the third or whatever. Just the franchise that it comes from. We're going to start out easy. Number 1, Snake Eater. Dallas.
Metal Gear Solid.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Somebody hit their mic when they raised their hand and it sounded like a fart. And it was very funny.
Sorry.
Sounds like something dropped in water.
Number 2, Among Thieves. Brent.
Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted. Absolutely. Number 3, Andromeda. Brent again.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect is correct. Are you tied with Holden? No, you're one behind Holden now. You're at 5, right? Holden's at 6?
You're at 5.
Yeah, okay. Rondo of Blood. Brent.
Castlevania.
Hell yeah, Castlevania. All right, Brent might take the win here.
Let's go.
Because of like
Umbrella Chronicles. Dallas.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil is correct. What does that put you at?
5? No, 4.
Great. We'll call it whatever you come up with. Crossbow training. Holden.
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda is correct.
Damn. Damn.
I hate this
Some
delay. I
obscure
sold
shit.
myself before Holden.
Shattered Dimensions. Brent.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is correct. Absolutely.
Ah,
3
nice one.
left. The official game of the movie.
I have an idea.
Do it, Matt. Do it.
Matt.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm
Fellowship of the
sorry,
Ring.
that is incorrect. You are now at still 0 points.
Negative 1.
Can't lose any.
I can't risk
Oh,
my
bad
point,
money.
but I want to guess.
The first clue, it is the same director as The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I knew it.
Brent.
Oh,
King
no.
Kong.
King Kong.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie.
The movie's so long. I started it yesterday. Jesus Christ.
10
2
hour
left. This is going to be difficult. These are tough ones. The first word of the title is a blank because it is the franchise itself. The rest of it is "And the Black Knight." Brent.
Wait, I think I screwed myself. It's not Sonic, is it?
It is Sonic. Congratulations. That's the one
Let's
where he
go.
turns into like he's got like the sword and shit. Last
Yep.
one.
That one was
Yeah,
cool.
Brent.
Wait, what are the points right
Wait,
now?
what was it?
I think I'm at 9.
Brent's just
I think Brent might have the win right now.
I think I have 7, yeah.
All right. Last one. Brent could lose it and Holden, you could steal it. But I think no one's going to know it until I give a clue. The 40th day. Holden.
I kind of think I know.
The Walking Dead.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
I could have sworn. All right, interesting. I'm very curious what it is then.
The 40th day. First
Last
clue.
time I had a hunch it paid off, but I can't risk this one.
First clue.
You're gonna win no matter what. I can't guess
It is
again.
a
even if
co-op
I did.
third-person shooter
Oh yeah, no. I would have lost.
from the PlayStation 3 360 era.
Can you tell us who it's made by?
I don't know who it's made by.
Fair.
I just looked it up because I can't guess again.
Were you talking about it on last week's podcast?
No, I don't think I've ever talked about this on any podcast.
Chad basically just typed in random.
I typed in games with
Google
subtitles.
just found random games basically.
I have no idea.
I don't know what else. What other clue to give? Holden, can you give us like whoever the? It is the sequel of a
it is
game.
It is developed by Electronic Arts.
Oh, it's an EA game.
It's an EA game.
There have not been any more entries in this series since the PS3 generation.
It came out in January of 2010.
Has there been 2 entries?
There are 2 console entries for sure. Maybe a PSP version.
Yeah, there's a PSP version. Yeah,
This is the
it
second.
was on PS3, Xbox 360, and PlayStation Portable.
It's not Lost Planet, is it?
It is not Lost Planet. There were 3 entries in that
Okay.
one though. But good guess.
Oh, damn.
The initials are AOT.
AOT.
back on.
It is Army of Two. Was the final
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Do you remember that franchise? Yeah.
It was The Walking Dead 400 Days. That's where I got
Yep.
confused.
Yep. So Brent
Ryan
won.
just told me what it was, but I couldn't in good conscience vote for it.
I'm sorry,
But
you
I was
would've won
like,
anyway.
damn, why did I miss that?
That's it for Game on Game Show. That is it for everything in the world this week. It all comes to an end on Tuesday with the reset in Destiny as everything else
At the
becomes
end
replayable.
of the third day.
Third day, 72 hours remain. Speaking of 72 hours remaining, Majora's Mask is our barf game this month, so make sure you're playing that either on your 3DS or on a dinosaur console, because those are the only ways you can play it. So play that along with us throughout the month. We'll talk about it at the end of February. Go to patreon.com/respawnaimfire. Play Destruction All-Stars with us on Thursday. Influence what we play for our next barf in March. It's going to be my month to choose, so there will not be Knack on the list. There might be Assassin's
Creed.
Might be.
Let's go.
Who knows?
Can we get Avengers on the list?
No, we cannot.
Can it just be like, help Brent grind some hives, please?
No, it cannot. No.
What if I upgrade? What if I up my Patreon to like $50? Can I make like a new like help Brent get some hives tier?
If you up your Patreon pledge to $50, I will put on eBay $50 to anyone who wants to help Brent, and I will let them buy that. And then thank you everyone for joining us. Brent, Dallas, Matt, thank you so much. I want to give you an opportunity to plug your content because you all do really amazing things. Dallas, you do amazing things, which is why we're going to start with you. Dallas, how can the people find you outside of this?
I don't do.
Look at the fucking picture on the screen right now. It's
Dude,
yours.
Come on, Dallas.
Your pictures are amazing.
Yeah, you can just find me at.
Dope. Brent, how can people find you?
I do a lot of things. Porkchop1864 on Twitter, YouTube, Porkchop118, Twitch, Porkchop118YT, the Free to Play podcast, the Uncultured Opinions podcast, and I make music, but no links right now.
Be Rent.
Be Rent on SoundCloud.
He's my client. It's my client.
You just take pictures of Be Rent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Matt, where can people find you?
On Twitter at Matt from RI, and also my podcast is Twitter at Average Nobodies, which is also the name of the podcast.
Perfect. Holden, plug something.
You can catch me on the side of the sweepstakes in a Doritos bag. I'm there in every bag you'll find at the store.
And on the milk carton. Have you seen this child? Oh, thank you everyone so much for listening. Until next week, here's our usual sign off. Holden's missing.